champagne. Purple cups and 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 champagne. Champagne.
Ladies and ugly men, welcome to Purple Cups and Champagne. I'm your host, Handsome Guapavelli, the Don.
What's going on, everybody? Security John Chetty, a.k.a. the Brown Pat Riley.
It's your boy Josh, a.k.a. F.A. the Product.
Fresh off of what? The Mikey Likes episode.
Yes,
I know y'all loved it.
Yo, we get so much crazy feedback. Yeah, we dropped that like Friday, right?
Yeah.
My whole weekend's been crazy with like
Facts.
just like people mentioning it and stuff like that. It was cool.
Yo.
Getting a lot of love, man. It was just dope.
RZA.
Yo, and also shout out to Mikey, man.
RZA.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He killed it.
RZA fucked up our show. You
did.
guys would have gotten it on
Would've had it
Friday.
Thursday.
I had
Yeah,
to
man.
drop it on Saturday.
Yeah.
They flagged our shit because I use ice cream. A fucking classic for ice cream where we were eating Mikey Likes ice cream where he made you guys like a wolf flavor.
With the straight up New York dudes trying to come up. Same thing. Like, come on, how can you respect that? How
I mean, I don't
respect
think
that?
Ghost, I don't think Ray, I don't think they would have done that to us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah.
Ghost has a flavor with him.
Bobby Digital did that to us, man.
Yeah.
He let me down. He let me down as a
Well,
Wu-Tang
I like
fan.
the way
He
you
let
brought
me
that
down.
up.
He did it to them.
That's the only way to
He let me
make
down
sense
as
of it.
he let me down as a Wu-Tang fan.
That's the only way to make sense of it.
But ladies and gentlemen, you would have had it Thursday. Handsome worked extremely hard to get it to you guys, and
As he always does,
and he got the audio to you quick.
Which we had,
I love waking up in the morning and you be like, "There's a new podcast."
The notification.
And like when I see it's like Chris Jericho, I'm like, "Fuck this nigga." When I see his art shit, I'm just like, "This is what I'm
man.
talking about."
Yo,
Like,
3 a.m.
You know what makes me most happy about that? Is
3
that I know.
a.m. for Anthony.
And Anthony Tulip Bagel time.
Shout out to Anthony.
It's Tulip time.
All right. Special cheers to Mikey Likes It.
Yes, cheers to Mikey Like It.
Yo.
We got Five back on production today.
Absolutely. Shout out to Five.
Five's in the building.
Yes, sir.
I especially love that.
Cheers
I
to
mean,
you, too.
that episode. That was really good. You guys did your thing on that episode. I wish I could have been there
You were
on
there in spirit.
production. But, yeah.
Yeah, no, I killed that shit.
It was, yeah. Chetty did his thing.
Yo,
Chetty did.
I
Every one of
need
you
production
guys did your
credit
thing.
for that particular episode because I put that one together.
That's
I was gonna put it.
You could put it. You could put both of us on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, I was going
But-
to put your name.
That's
And then
fine. No.
I was like,
You just did it like
honorary. But,
honorary
Chetty's like my
production
brother.
credits.
So, it's still an
is.
extension.
Nah, Chetty
You know what
wants
I'm
credit.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, here's the
Listen,
thing.
I do.
He's
Guys,
the brother. He
Yo,
wants
because
credit.
you don't know what it is to write this email saying, "Hi, good afternoon."
Chetty.
You know,
Facts.
so and so,
Facts.
and it'd be like, "Cool."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey, yo, shout out to Dre.
Yeah.
Dre, you're the best to connect with. Yo, it was awesome." But like,
What?
it is just funny, like where I'm like, it may take me like 10, 15 minutes to like, I don't want to say this, and I don't want to come on too strong, and he just like, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. Well, I guess this is what it's
Well,
gonna be.
let's make
Yeah,
it
but-
clear so people
Nah.
understand. I say this all the time. There is no show without Chetty.
Nah, that's no question.
I would not spend a
There's
single
no show.
second coming up with topics.
Nah. Just
No show
humbly
without any
accept
of us,
it. Nah,
man.
just
Yeah.
humbly accept it.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
mean,
appreciate
like,
that.
yeah.
Yo,
For sure, man.
you already know this is what he does all day. He writes propositions. He writes he writes $1 billion
Yo,
deals.
As soon as Foss said, like, I was like, he makes propositions. I'm like, oh no, yo,
You gotta take it there.
I
You
got
gotta take it there.
Our hands stood up.
He writes $1 billion deals all day.
Nah,
He writes the Hip Hop Advocates podcast.
Exactly.
Like,
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
just out here.
Honestly, the last two episodes, Chris was crushing it. So shout out to Chris. Shout out to
Yo, not for
Shout
nothing.
out to that podcast.
Yo,
Shout out to
Chris,
Hip Hop
I'll give you guys a shout out,
Yeah.
man.
Yo,
You've been
shout
doing
out
really
to Hip Hop
well.
Advocates.
For sure.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mikey. Yo, he really did his thing on that episode.
He rocked out. No, he did.
was
He
like
did.
on point.
Yeah.
Really to the point. He really had some good stories.
We had good
And
chemistry.
That
man.
was dope.
I felt like we had it was like talking to a friend.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was just like. When he hit us with like, you gotta pay like you weigh, I remember just being like,
That sounds
yo,
like you would
I'm
say.
so glad I'm
Something
here.
you would say,
That-
yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, that is something that I would say.
Yo,
You know
it
what
was
I mean?
like some knowledge that you heard from like,
it was
some
like
OG growing
right,
up.
Yeah,
he was
facts,
dropping
facts.
like
You know what I'm
gems on us, and
Facts.
just
That was it.
It's like a real recognized real type thing. It was like we were all from the
100%.
same kind of like energy.
And
or,
the thing
like,
that's
you know.
dope is that like, yo, you could tell that like he's just like guys like us, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he's on a level that, you know, we hope to one day achieve as far as like, you know, being recognized. And he took a shot on 3 dudes, you know what I mean? I was gonna say
Sure.
3 dudes from Queens, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, 2
He
dudes
put
from
in that
Queens.
New York
work in.
even,
He
yeah,
put,
yeah,
he
yeah,
put
yeah.
the work in.
Yeah, you know,
and,
so
and in the same way we're putting that work in right now, he put that work in.
Yeah.
And he believed in himself the same way we believe in ourselves.
Facts, and like what Chetty was saying as well, though, is like the fact that he believed in us and stuff. Like I was saying before, it's like
no, he was solid even after the show, before the show, through the show.
It's
he's gonna lick me up with Mega. Like it's fire.
Purple flavor,
purple flavor and stuff.
We got the purple champagne flavor coming.
Let's talk about that Mega thing because Handsome. I heard Handsome was open.
Nah.
Hell yeah, son.
It was dope because not for nothing, but like when he heard that Hanson was genuinely like a Core Mega fan, he was like, "Oh, I got you." You know what I mean? And like that was cool, and you could tell it was genuine.
Like I said, he was like that
Yeah.
with us because credit to him first and foremost for being that way generally, but also I think
because we're ill, right?
Not because we're ill, but
Fact
because we link with them like on the same page. Like when you communicate with certain people,
You
and
can say it though, we're ill.
it's
Yeah,
because
we're
we're
ill.
ill.
We're ill.
That's
That's
about
probably what
line.
it is.
I was gonna say it in more words.
You see those Ames on? Come on, baby.
Those
You
Ames.
see those
My man
Ames?
got Ames on. He got the Ame hat on.
I try to help you.
I know you did, man. I know you
help
did, but I gotta own it, man.
Yeah,
It is
it's so
what it is,
good.
bro.
Nobody knew. But shout out to Mikey
I might have
Lights.
said it.
Shout out to Mikey Light. Shout out to
Facts,
everybody
facts.
just fucks with us. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to everybody. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we want to. We want to
Light-
give a
eyes
big
lighting
shout out
up
to
right
everybody
now.
that like
Everybody that, yo,
watch that episode.
Siraj putting it together. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
yeah, shout out to
Us,
Sue, for
Queens,
sure,
shout out to
man.
Queens Bullies. I
Yo.
know we usually say this at the end of the episode, but I feel like we needed to address this. You know, 'cause
Siraj.
we got such good.
Thank you. Not only for that episode, for the upcoming episode.
For the burger you got coming, that's gonna
For-
be the purple cup. So.
Yeah, man. The purple
The purple
burger,
burger.
baby. Woo! And the drink that they're working on, we're going to take Lucia's thing, right?
We
Lucia's
coming.
ours, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man.
don't know.
The Lucy Tusa, that's a good drink, man.
That's a difficult situation.
That's a good drink,
right there,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Shout
think
out-
we can negotiate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
Anything is possible.
We just add jalapeno to it.
possible.
KG! Yo! Best power forward ever. Anyway, let's keep going before you guys say
wait,
another
let's
comment.
My man's wearing a Sean Kemp jersey over
Our
here.
next topic is pretty
Word,
toxic,
word.
and we're leading it with KG, the perfect toxic NBA player.
First of all, KG is not toxic.
He's
KG's
toxic. He's
Dude,
toxic.
every single person that's played with KG has said, yo, he lifted my spirits. He made
That's
me
true.
feel like I'm better than what I could ever
He
be.
helped his teammates.
And every player that he's played against is
Yes.
probably like, he's the biggest dick in
Rightfully
the world.
so. Rightfully so. Anyway, let's move
Well,
on.
well, we're talking about reputations.
Yes.
So this is a good segue into our topic about how the fuck did we land Shitty Charlene? Like, why is this the name of this topic?
That was Joshua's ex.
Josh, you had an ex called Shitty Charlene?
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely
remember?
not.
She shit on a pool table?
This guy.
Nah,
She used to take massive shits at Amnesia.
nah, man.
What?
Everybody, yeah, remember?
Who the fuck was that? I was
I don't
there
know. You
every
tell
day.
me.
Josh, you came up with this topic, so I
He
feel
caught
like you
amnesia
should
after that one.
lead
Shitty
us.
Charlene? Yo, I didn't even know that.
Nah, it's crazy because when we come up with the topic,
You just made that name up for her, and we don't know who she
yeah,
really is.
I think that's what it was.
Oh, he
It might
covered
have
up.
been- It might have been.
You know her,
something like
fuck.
All right.
Let's just say they
Nah,
have a kid.
It's pretty much like a situation where like you have a girl that you're messing with a girl, you're talking to a girl that has a past, and you go like to a certain place or whatever, and
I remember how now it's coming back to me now. I remember how we started talking about it. So I think I had told you guys that my nephew Mike, shout out to Mike, he's going away to school.
Yeah.
Our
And
intern.
and we were talking about that never shows up. And we were talking about as we take attendance here in Purple Cups.
It's past his bedtime,
So
bro.
yeah, I know, right? And oh yeah, we gonna have them all summer. So,
yeah.
but pause. Super pause.
it was the way you said it too.
No, it's
It was
100%.
pausing that too.
Super pause. Yeah. So we were talking about like him going away to school, and we were like, yo, like imagine like when you have like a class reunion or something. Oh no, we were talking about him going to frat parties and
Okay,
just partying and shit, right?
Inviting us
And
old
then-
ass niggas to chill with him.
Yo, my uncle going to pick me up. So you brought it up. You were like, yo, like imagine like then we started talking about like high school reunions and fucking me and Fa. We had like a mini high school reunion a couple months ago, and we were talking about like, yo, like what happens if I think Josh, you had brought it up. You were like, yo, say like you're with your girl, been for a couple of years, couple months, whatever the case may be. And you walk like she's like, yo, come to my high school reunion or whatever. And they're like, yo, that's Shitty Charlene. You know what I mean? Or they're talking about, yo, I remember when you shitted on the pool table and all that stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what
okay,
I mean?
I was gonna say
think
actually
that's how you said
that
it.
situation actually did happen.
So
That's
it's
what
like,
it was, yeah.
what do you do as a guy? Like, and we'll definitely try to get some feedback from like from the fellas, but like, even you know what? And I want to hear what you guys have to say because I want to talk about the female side of it as well too. But what do you do? So like we. Just
Well,
say,
first and foremost, I want to clarify, or like
Okay,
we're
go
talking
ahead.
about like an embarrassing past.
Tough, yeah.
I just want to clarify what you guys.
yeah,
were
we
talking
wasn't.
about.
I think we touched the whole like how many bodies you got or whatever. So like we'll stay away from that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely not
We'll
that,
do the
even though that
whole-
does count.
Yeah, I want
That
to
does
clarify
count.
for like.
But what happens if she like, yo, how about this? What happens if she won a hot dog eating contest?
Yeah.
No, you do not want to be with a
great
girl.
example.
Glizzy.
She's
Glizzy girl.
She's a glizzy
That's
gladiator.
The Glizzy.
Oh,
That's
Glizzy
a
Gladys.
gladiator,
Yo,
yeah.
that's a
Yo, Gladys did take that one.
Glizzy Gladiator is a term that we should fucking
That's a
trademark.
Glizzy gladiator.
Glizzy
word,
gladiator.
Teddy.
Right.
Word,
Yeah.
Teddy. Word.
I fucking went to
Shout out
Memorial
to
Day
that.
barbecue with my family, and I fucking wanted to eat barbecue. I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want my nephew's cat. And I had to fucking like take a walk. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go eat this.
By the car and
Come
shit.
back, yeah. You know what I mean? I went inside the car. I was like, yo, because he's, what I'm saying though, like, handsome. I'll go to you because Josh is married.
You know,
That don't matter,
still,
man.
you can still
It
definitely
doesn't matter, man.
comment on it.
I had
He had a
social
past
life, man.
before
I had a social
MySpace.
life, and I'm all right with that. But
I don't know, man. You know why I look at it differently, I guess? I think me 7 years ago probably would have had a problem with it. Me now looks at it more like I got my own past, right? So I don't know, man. It's a very uncomfortable position to be in, obviously, because you look at whoever you're with and you don't see who they were.
Right.
You see who they are to you. Right? So you get there and shit, you're thinking like, nah, my girl's solid, da-da-da-da-da. And all of a sudden you find out, like, you remember a couple years ago, that guy that was trying to sue his wife because he found out that she got...
I think I heard something like that,
It was like China.
Yeah.
She got like a
mad surgery.
Yeah, and the kids came out ugly. And he's like, why the
Yes.
fuck are our kids ugly? And then he found out that she had like plastic surgery done and shit. So I think it's shit
You
like
can
that.
sue for that?
In China, apparently.
Yeah, he tried to
China,
sue.
you could buy you sue for
tried.
anything.
I don't know if he won.
What?
But
He
tried to
should
sue.
have won.
Yeah.
And he should
No,
have won.
it's a good argument. Yeah.
Hillbilly, he got B grades. That's what
Yeah,
he got a B grade.
He went to the wrong factory
He got
in
a B
China.
grade. What?
Yeah, he didn't go to the
Yo,
Nike
shout
factory.
out
He
to
went to the
China.
other China.
No disrespect to China. No disrespect to China.
Real.
No,
Muha.
yo.
I love you.
But you got to realize.
I don't co-sign with these
if
guys.
you
are
know,
saying.
like, if you got eyelid reconstruction and all this stuff, like, you could see, like,
That's
you
on him.
already know. Like, you knew the deal. Like,
He's a moron, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know
You
what
knew
were
the tongue
getting
was too
into.
long on your fucking
Yeah.
Jordans that
my
time.
nigga.
Like, bro, come on,
People
man.
who've had like a lot of surgery, especially, you can
No,
kind
if
of
it- yo.
more or less tell that they had some kind of surgery.
Yeah, of course.
More or less. I'm pretty sure that people do
Hands
great
down,
work,
bro.
but like,
But yeah, I don't know how I'd handle that. I don't know. Because I tend to stay away from whoever I'm with's past. Right? Like, I don't want to know.
Your past is your past.
Yeah, like, I don't want to know because there's always going to be some shit that's going to affect me one way or another. Same reason I don't look through phones. Same reason I don't read people's
I was gonna
text.
say right now, honestly, I find there's like the stupidest shit that could turn me off. You know what I mean? Like I remember finding like when I realized like girls even arguing. Like if I see you arguing, I see you like get loud, and I see that face you put on when you get loud and stuff. I'm like, oh man, it'll change everything. You know what I mean? So of course, someone telling me like,
I will break up with a girl if I see this.
yeah. I wish I could see Chetty's face in a room where that happens.
Not that, like, picture like knowing that your girl has
we're
like
going to court. We're going to court. Who's getting the kid on the weekend?
yeah.
I just do not want to see that.
Yeah, facts.
Because if I allow you to do that, then when I bring you to a work like thing,
Yeah, facts.
I don't want like someone disrespecting you. I don't want anybody disrespecting my girl, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like let me handle it, or I would like my
Or
I don't
handle
wanna
it
say my woman,
accordingly.
but
Whoever you're with, yeah.
to be strong,
Yeah.
right. But at the same time,
Be smart though too.
be
Like,
smart about
yeah,
it. Like pick your battles. Now the dude like grab your butt or something like that, and you know what I mean. Obviously, call me over because it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But if it's something like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
I don't want to be with that girl. The girl
Nah,
does the why
facts.
you look at me. You know what I'm saying? So
That's also
I know we're
aggressive,
pivoting away
bro.
from this
Not really,
topic here
but
with
yeah.
the whole sketchy past thing, but it's like that's something.
What if you were known as the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh kid?
Who's that?
But nigga, that's the baggage I got to do.
Damn, nigga.
Me.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh! is like Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's like
Oh,
Pokemon.
it's like Pokemon.
I have a
Yeah,
pass
it
with
was like
anime.
anime,
I have a
yeah.
pass. I got a pass. I got to admit. I love
And
Yu-Gi-Oh.
then, like,
I love
I mean,
Pokemon.
I like wrestling, and the girl's gonna
Yeah.
know I like wrestling.
now-
when she
now
walks in,
anime is
like,
The
popping now.
wrestling's cool.
Super
from
bro.
the from the thing.
Castlevania.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh's not
I
cool.
was ahead of my-
Motherfuckers like anime.
Not yet.
People like anime.
That's what I'm saying. Anime is ahead of its time now. So guess what? I
But,
bet on the right horse.
You know,
So-
really getting back to how you deal with something like that. You know, knowing their past or hearing from it from another person.
Yeah, yeah.
What, do you
Yeah,
think, what do you guys
But
think?
I don't
That's a
think.
good-
But
yeah,
I
that's a
don't
good
think.
point.
Like, I don't think that's going to come up in conversation. Like no one's going to come up and say. Like for instance, how about this, handsome? We'll get us to the ladies' side because we want to hear what the ladies have to say about this. What happens if I? Oh my god! What happens if I was a straight up bully in high school? Like fucking like, yo, Wet Willie and motherfuckers. Like I was just that idiot.
Wedgies. Indian
Right.
burns.
But how about this? Or I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you,
TikToks.
Josh. Imagine you were that guy in high school, Josh, and then when you go to your reunion, everybody like fucking hates you.
Yeah.
But Brenda only knows the Josh Josh is the most
Nice guy,
Josh
Josh.
is the most likable guy in the fucking
She's an
world.
idiot because that kind of character should carry over. If you were that guy in high school,
you found Jesus at 23.
That doesn't necessarily mean that because you could be that person in high school,
Okay.
but you could evolve as a man.
That's true what he
where,
said.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're a
A lot. That happens.
You
It
don't
does
understand
happen.
that because
It
you
does
probably
happen.
were always.
You're
I
right.
didn't know you in high school, so you probably always were a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like there were certain things about me that were like I was a little bit more hot headed.
No, I was
in high
I was
school.
kind of bullyish in high school in some ways.
There you go.
Ways that I didn't even know. And I've apologized.
But
to
the
those
thing
people.
is, though, is that I
you
think
make amends?
it's the way it's the way that we grew up,
Yeah.
where like you had to be able to defend yourself in a verbal sparring.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the way you.
I was mad fat.
You
son.
told me about what he used to do to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You told me about it on the
Pause.
book. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, but he had to be prepared.
physical.
Like he said, he was fat.
Yeah.
You had to be prepared.
Yeah,
You
facts.
understand what I'm saying? But
Nah,
you,
facts. He was armed.
You went.
He was armed.
But that's just the way. So like when you go to
Pause.
school, when you go to school, it's fine. Nah,
Josh is the reason I lost weight, by the way.
you're dropping correct
I don't know
pauses.
about that.
But it's one of those things where it's like you have to come prepared or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. But in a sense, like say if you were a bully back then,
Yeah.
you do go to this high school reunion, and now people see you and they're just like, "No, I remember you how you were when, but you're just not that person anymore."
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How would Brenda feel? Like like for her to know like what you used to do like to people in high, like because
And she's an educator.
there's bullies that go far.
I mean, I can't tell you how she's gonna feel or that's consequence to your action. I always believe in that. Like I can't tell people that I expect them to still like me for who I am because I wasn't that person before. Like if they wanna, that's baggage at the end of the day. Like that's some kind of baggage. So if she wants to look at it like, that's something that's like a deal breaker or whatever, then that's on her. You know what I mean? But for me,
I don't think once you guys got the years, there's nothing that she
Nah,
can
yeah. I mean,
hold
in
against
our
you.
situation right now, but I'm still when I talk like this, I'm still talking about like us back when we were dating and stuff
2013.
like that.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay.
So when we talk about that kind of, but for me, I do find those kind of stupid like little details deal breakers early on when you're dating or whatever. Like I do.
Yeah.
I do. It changes the way I look at somebody in some ways. I'm not gonna lie about that.
So like
It
if you
does.
found out, how about this, handsome or Enfa? If you found out like a girl that you were seeing, maybe like a year in, was known for flashing motherfuckers when she was in college, are you gonna hold that against her?
I am. I'm very, very, what do you call that? Like possessive. I'm a possessive person. So for me to know, and I don't deny that shit. So for me to know, like everybody seeing your titties is gonna fuck with me.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
with me
Yeah.
heavy. Like
I wish I wasn't like that.
I'm
I
Because
do too.
when we go to Whole Foods, I'm gonna be like, "Did you see my girl's titties?"
But we don't have to be. It don't matter.
We don't
because
have to be
ultimately,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm
but
toxic.
But yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna probably disagree because I honestly like probably judging someone based upon their past actions of like who they are, who were they back like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
compared to who they are now. Like
not even who they were, but what about the dumb shit that they did? How about that?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna question their dumb shit, ask the reasoning, find out if like where their mind space is right now. But
you could tell where their mind space is now because like
yeah.
they're mature,
Yeah,
like
you can see
you
that
know,
now.
right,
like,
right. The way they carry themselves, you know?
like what they did in like their younger years or whatever it is, like that has nothing to do with me. I was never a part of your life then. Like if I was part of your life then it affects me.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't, like that shit doesn't bother me. Like I wouldn't. Like it happens from the time I met you to then.
Yeah.
Like everything after that, I don't give a fuck
But I
about.
was supposed to say, you're a better man than me in that
That's
sense.
a positive-
Well, it
that's a
depends
positive-
too. I'm sure for you.
That's
Because
how far as
if
a-
the
that's how
girl
far as a
is
unicorn.
crazy bad, and you're really like you're really into the girl. You're probably gonna make some exceptions, man.
That's why he's a unicorn. I'll tell you that. Already.
I would get, but I think like we were talking about before, I'm gonna actually have a sense of that.
Yeah, okay.
Like I don't think there's personally, I don't feel that there's so much that can separate a person from who they were at that time. Like something in your character.
There is sometimes though, because you made me. Feel,
It could
there
be a
is.
deeper secret.
Who you are will
Yeah.
always probably show up.
That's what I was kind of
eventually.
saying before, but,
But-
there's people who really do change. Like
But if
completely, they
you
do.
really
I
made a
changed.
conscious effort to fucking change throughout time,
Yeah.
you're gonna be. a
But
better
have
person.
you ever done something when you were younger that you're just kind of like, I just did this to?
Yeah, I was a dick to Josh.
I was just
like
like-
really horrible to Josh one time.
Right? No,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not talking about like that. I'm talking
was.
about like you.
When we
I'm
first-
sure you've done like a prank on somebody. You were just kind of like, well, that was stupid.
No, I was
You know what
a dick-
I mean?
well,
And it's kind of like,
I was a dick to somebody, and
Okay.
I remember in like junior high school.
So I came
and
full
then,
circle.
and in high school, was that?
I said that's why I came full circle.
Yeah, exactly. So it's karma. But I was and the thing was when I was with my ex, actually, she worked in some store, whatever. So whatever, and she ended up working with that person, and that person told her like, oh, you with this person? I went to school with him. He was a bully. Or like not like he was a bully. He was like he fucked with me. No, he's cool. He's cool. But like he fucked with me a lot. And actually like I really thought about that. Like it really fucked with me for a lot of years in life. And I literally found the person on Facebook and I was like, yo, I talked to them.
Because that's like his memory of you.
Yeah, it was a girl.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No.
Was she fat?
I'm not gonna say what she was, man. I'm not gonna put myself. I'm not gonna.
Just say was she fat?
She wasn't fat, no. But we used to fuck with her.
How ugly was she?
I'm not gonna say none of that stuff, man. She was. I'm over that stuff.
Yo,
I'm not that kind of person no more.
We're gonna
man.
put this guy on Shallow House, fuck. Like,
No, I want to know why he made fun of the hairy girl.
Oh my god.
I just don't want Brenda having sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah,
Nah,
Word.
definitely. But it is
Joshua.
I didn't say anything. I'm telling you a story that I
Hey,
had
Jonah's
to,
gonna be sleeping with us. He don't care.
Yeah. No, but so the thing was, I had to actually apologize. I was like, listen, for whatever I did before, like, I'm sorry. Like, I was being honest. I was like a kid, like, just trying to be cool with
You guys
friends
are
or whatever,
good people,
whatever.
man.
So, you know.
You guys are really good people. I would not. I don't. Not that I wouldn't apologize. It's just I wouldn't go out of my way to apologize.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I saw her somewhere, I'd be like, "Yo, I heard you were pissed. I used to make fun of you in the fucking mustache thing." Like, honestly, we were kids back then.
Yeah.
Like, let that go. Like, I apologize.
But Josh's characteristic, I think he feels like it has to everything has to sit right in his spirit for him to just keep it pushing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he's feeling
It'll
a
be
certain
something
way
weigh on you. You know,
like by him apologizing.
That's exactly what I felt like. I felt like
he's healing himself. from
Exactly.
that. He don't give a. He actually doesn't give a fuck what she thinks after that. He's just giving
I'm just doing it because it has to be
for
done.
himself.
Oh,
Like when you apologize, it's for you.
So Fox calling you selfish.
When you
we're all
apologize,
selfish.
It's for you.
We all
You don't
selfish.
apologize for
You
the
should
other
be
person.
selfish.
You
But
apologize
But I don't
for
live
you.
in Handsome's past. Like,
Exactly.
I don't judge anything he does now by what he did then.
Okay, Ricky Henderson.
Like, if people are gonna
Exactly.
Nah, but
I was telling him before, man.
people are gonna do that,
Ego.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
There you
go ahead, right? Because get to know me now. And if you don't have the ability to get to know me now, I don't sit and let that weigh on me, like, personally.
No, I get it.
Of
can't.
course, I understand that.
I get it, but like for me, like you said, it was like healing for me. Like
You
it
have
was
to
like
clear- yeah.
Yo, like
Pay your
I'm
debts.
not the person I was. I'm not the person now, and I know why I did what I did before.
You
know
were
what I mean?
hurting.
So,
You were hurting.
yeah, just trying to be. You know, when you were in school, you're trying to be the cool kid.
yeah.
You care about what people think. That's what
course.
it
Right,
was.
yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm sorry for that.
It's
I'm
so
not-
crazy because that's a complete opposite person that you are now.
Yeah, for sure. In a lot of ways, exactly. So I had to like close that.
He even
that-
sent me a thing the other day that since he passed school now, he's like, yo, can I sleep over your house now?
Oh, congratulations, Josh.
That's
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, big.
Thank you.
Josh,
Congratulations,
Getting his
Josh
degree.
graduated.
Thank you.
He get his degree.
Finally,
big time. Don't matter. It was done.
License up
pick up your
next.
fucking cup, bro.
It was done. Oh
Give me a
shit!
cheer, bro. This nigga Handsome give me
Yeah,
a applause.
Yo, Hanson, don't give no half-ass, bro. What the
My
fuck?
bad, man.
Cheers, Joshy.
Shit.
We're proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Also,
All right.
Purple
least
Cups and
Jonah- yo, at
Champagne
least
does
Jonah's
not
gonna-
condone bullying. You know what I mean? John Chetty and Purple Cups and Champagne.
This show
we were
does not.
talking
It's gonna
about
be right here at the
Don't
bottom. It's gonna be at the bottom.
bullying.
It's gonna be blinking.
We don't condone being a punk.
Yeah.
So don't get bullied. Let's move on. Let's move on
Yeah.
to this week's.
I'll let it go.
Speaking of punks, talking about soulmates and shit.
Yeah. Let's move on to the brunch banter topic, which
Man,
I
that
want to
was
thank
fun.
It
all
was
of you
good this
for
week.
like.
That was good.
Yeah,
It was
it
good
was
this
really
week.
I want
yeah.
to thank all of you for actually chiming in. Listen, guys, no one is judging your answer.
No one sees your answer either.
Yeah, realistic. We actually have.
That's true.
We don't
That's
because
true.
we have a virtual assistant
I
that
just
takes
wanted to
care of
gas
that.
people.
Our intern
She
takes care of
just-
it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she
tell us.
sends us the poll. We just see the percentage.
Hey,
right
yo.
this week it was 76%.
The same way anybody else does whenever they vote. You see the
Yeah.
percentage. That's it. We see the same thing anybody else
I don't know
sees.
what any of you
Everyone
say.
sees.
Stop. Don't refrain.
I mean, if they message us, we see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
sometimes somebody will like vote. This
And
is why I
message.
voted,
Yeah.
and which is dope because I love the feedback.
Yeah,
Shout
me
out to
too.
Yolanda. That was a dope feedback. I saw what she wrote and stuff
Facto,
like that. So that was
future
dope.
guest.
Yeah,
Yep.
future guest, 100%.
This week's question was: can your partner claim their ex as their soulmate? 76% said no, and 24%, including me, said yes.
I think you were the fucking 24%.
Well, I have a question.
There was 5 of us.
I think I reached my limit
Yeah.
of talking about that kind of
Yeah.
topic today.
He's
For
like,
today.
yo, I
think my-
spoke about it all day at home.
Yeah.
No, not
Josh
because
was
of that.
like,
The last topic.
I'm going to tap out in this conversation.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Brendan said nothing on air.
Ladies and gentlemen, those two mics you heard fall down was Faid and Josh. So handsome.
What do you think?
No, well, I have questions about this
wait,
this
ask me.
topic.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's like where I'm with a girl, but I admit to her that, yo, the one got away, and
No.
you just like
Yeah. The one that got away is not what soulmate means to me in particular.
Okay, so
I
go
would
ahead.
say, for those anytime you question any
So
what we
define
ask-
soulmate.
So a soulmate is literally somebody that your spirits kindle, right? So you guys have a connection with.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a sibling, that can be a cousin.
But we're talking about a girl in this situation.
Well,
or a
that
girl
could
guy.
be again.
We're talking about an
Okay.
ex.
Right. But that ex person, regardless of the fact, could have, because there's relationships that just don't work. And the people are actually they have great chemistry together, but it doesn't work for one reason or another, whether it be timing in life, whether it just be like you guys are too cool. There is that too cool aspect.
There's something that could be like just something that's like a sticking point that just doesn't work out, but
like,
everything else worked. Yeah,
It just ain't it. Like, I don't know. We were talking earlier about that, where you said there's one little thing that can make you not like a
exactly.
person.
Yeah. Something that's like literally whatever it is. It could be for a particular person.
They talk too much. I don't fucking know. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So a soulmate, the way we take it now is more so because of social media, because of how people put it out there. It's that lover, the twin flame, yada yada. They're not the same things. So the way I look at a soulmate is like Diana and I, my best friend. That's actually where the question came from. She is my soulmate. I am her soulmate. She is married. She has a husband. Yeah. He understands what's up. Anybody that knows me understands what's up. So it was a funny question because it's like, I could say that. And I got no qualms with it. I don't care what anybody thinks. But I could see where, let's say, like.
But you don't think that's going to, like, rub?
You don't think I'm your soulmate?
Yeah.
You could be my soulmate. And
I'm offended, dog.
No, I fought with that. I'm like, yo, is Joshua
You guys
really
have
my soulmate?
you guys have a 2-man group chat. Without me in it, of course. That's your soulmate. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
go
cut
into
you
the
off.
details of the details of the show.
I had to drop. When you guys ignore all of a sudden, like, guys, we need to do this.
Yeah, now we're talking on the side.
Then they talking on the side. Yo,
Talking on the side.
fuck with that nigga.
What do we respond to Chetty in this one?
Like I said, the details of the details.
How do we tell
of the show.
Chetty no nicely?
I
Go ahead. No,
I got it.
Not to cut you off. Go ahead.
So I think the answer is yes. You should, because again, I don't know that person's relationship to their ex, right? Like, because they're with me now and because they're not with that person, I look at it as obviously that didn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
So can they be your soulmate on another level? Of course. That has nothing to do with our relationship personally. That's why I wanted to know what Fa thinks.
Okay.
Put this nigga on this
I don't.
spot.
I don't want you
people.
guys.
That was good
All right.
timing.
First of all, I don't want you guys to stare at me really long. But absolutely, you cannot claim if you're in another relationship your ex partner as a soulmate. Hell,
You
fucking
can't
no.
say it in public, but
cannot-
you can feel that way.
No, you
Is that what
can't.
you're saying?
No.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah.
Honestly, no, you shouldn't be feeling that way because if you're feeling that way, you shouldn't be in another relationship.
Because you haven't gotten over that.
You
person.
can't. Yeah, you have exactly.
So
You
you're
have not-
relating the soulmate aspect to a relational thing.
Okay, soulmate to me is not defined by okay. I could be
Kindred
like
spirits?
no,
Soul
it's
mate?
not, no.
The mates of my soul?
Hands down, no.
Tread
Because-
lightly. We're trying to go to Trinidad soon. Tread
yeah,
lightly. Tread
hands,
lightly.
hands down, no. Because I'm thinking, all right, soulmates is based upon relationship of like connection, and if you're sharing like intimacy with that person, you're not sharing intimacy with Joshua. That's not the. That's
I actually
not,
have a very intimate relationship with him.
no, you're not because you're not physical.
Because
with
you're
Joshua.
taking intimacy into a,
You know of.
No, but that's part of
you
part
that
of
he knows of.
intimacy. That is part of intimacy. That's not. Is
I hope
it?
so.
I don't. I mean, personally, I think my relationship with my family members is intimate.
Yeah,
I
of
personally
course,
do.
there's a level of intimacy, but when you're going like soulmates, there's a connection with your soul that connects when you become physical. Or
Diana's my twin. Like, we literally think the same way.
then maybe you were born from the same womb. That's it.
So that could be a soulmate. That's my point.
That's probably a twin. Could probably be a soulmate.
Well, guys, I think we're getting off base. Like
know
we're,
what I'm
we're
saying?
talking
we're getting
about
deep.
relationships.
We're getting deep,
Because
man.
now, because
we're
now we're
really
talking about family,
yeah,
brothers.
Like to
No,
me,
we're
it's
talking about
basically a
exes. You
relationship.
said ex.
Wait,
Can
okay,
your ex
okay.
be soulmate?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, an
Let me ask
ex cannot be.
Let me ask you this.
You cannot
So
say no. Hell,
Okay,
fucking
let me just ask you one question. Would you feel the same way if you met somebody and you didn't understand their situation, like, and they said that their ex was?
Yeah, Stefania. Stefania said her soulmate was some guy that she used to talk to. And to this day, she'll say it.
Yeah,
I'm still her favorite boyfriend.
yeah.
But when all is said and done, yeah, that's.
So you're
her
okay with that?
Yo,
I'm just
there's
saying.
a lot of people out here lying, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
Nah, yo, call my Joshy knows her.
No, yeah.
Like you can have a convo with her. I was like, all right, cool. That don't make a difference to me. Like it really didn't because I understand. Remember, I live it, so I understand it maybe differently. Because when it comes to Diana, yo, my life would be in shambles if it weren't for my best friend. Like it really wouldn't. There's so many times she held me down, and the way we think alike, we even
But no offense,
understand
but
alike.
you guys like dated and stuff like that. But you guys,
Correct.
but that's not like. Would
But
you consider the
that's in
not
the
like-
past,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
But
And
that was
it
like.
wasn't-
But you guys only. I'm saying like there's people who had like long-term, like 2-3 year relationships with somebody, whatever, and they end up.
I think they're defining.
Do you think
so
that's
many-
different?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay,
I
okay.
do think. Also, I would get. Again, this is why I said I think yes that they can be, but I'm also not oblivious to the fact where that could fuck with somebody's head.
I
Like,
mean, how do we know for sure that we've met our soulmates? We're fucking 30. We're our average age in here.
Yeah,
is
it's our opinion
35,
of what our soulmate is.
35,
Yeah,
somebody
36 years
said
old.
something that actually, and I was like, "Fuck!" I
We
never
live-
thought of that.
we
We
live
can
an
have
aver-
multiple soulmates.
Yeah.
I think it was
Hands
her that
down.
said it.
Yolanda?
Yeah, I think she said.
Shout out to the Sassy Rant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good
Like,
block.
shout out.
Good
hands
block.
down.
Shout out.
We are not meant to probably be with one person or connect with one person as our soulmate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm meant to have a whole bunch of soulmates, bro.
yeah. my man Chetty, yo, he's at a point in his life.
Stop,
He's
stop,
at a
stop,
point
stop,
in his
stop,
life.
Soulmate,
Cut this shit
homemate.
out. Cut this shit out.
I would never do that to you.
We
Stop,
gotta-
Fahid.
we looking for his soulmate.
Stop,
You know what I'm
Fahid.
saying?
Stop, Fahid. Nah. It's my turn? Or
Yeah,
dude. Okay. That was the pitch to me.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. How I would feel if like my girl told me like, yo,
You're Guyanese, so we know the answer.
yo, yeah, man, I'm fucking wrong and strong. You know the vibes. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to Little Guyana on Liberty,
Yeah,
baby.
yo, shout out,
we on,
shout
we
out.
on, baby.
Guyana.
We on, baby. Go get your tennis roll. Could I don't think I would never admit it though. But yeah, but I for sure like I know I have one. You know what I mean? But like we weren't on the same page in life at the same time.
Right.
But it's one of those things that it's like we go through patches and stuff like that. We disconnect, reconnect and stuff like that. But I don't think I could ever tell someone like who I'm with, like, yo, look, this so-and-so is like, that would just be too much. Because I wouldn't want to hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You understand it, but you
Right.
also understand where you cannot
Right.
profess that to someone.
Right. My
Right.
girl works with no men at work. I'm knowing that.
And I got you. I got you.
Brenda, I'm fucking with this is just me fucking around. Brenda's gonna be
got
like,
you.
I hate Chetty.
Never that, man.
You go to that
Never
pig,
that.
You go
Even
to,
then.
you go to that pig's
Even
house.
then, man. Nah. That's what you go over there for?
That's what you go over there for, to hear that bullshit, his rhetoric. Nah, I don't think I could ever admit it, but yo, this is a tough one, man. What's wrong with you? You ain't got nothing better
Word,
to do on a
I know,
Sunday?
right?
Come on, this bullshit. You
Yo.
fucking fuck me up.
But,
Toxic
We want to hear
shit,
what
man.
people have to say, though. We definitely want to hear. We
definitely want to hear
stop
his to say.
Well, this
But-
is a good one because I like what you guys were discussing. Where like, because I like Faz this description of a soulmate, and I like your description of a soulmate with your friend like D. Like, that's dope. I think that's dope, right? But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, fuck, I would hate that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to be the guy.
and I understand. That.
Yeah.
Yo.
That shit must be a hard.
Besides me being a
swallow.
Guyanese, is
To
like,
understand
whatever,
both you
know?
guys, like to say like he would hate that, and you saying that it's a best friend. How do you imagine telling your wife that the person that you're with, this person, that's another opposite sex,
Yeah.
your soulmate.
Right.
I also think this because you're saying that
That's
and-
a boundary that you don't want to fucking cross.
Nah, 612%. My whole thing is, I think we also need to, like, Diana, I bring into whatever relationship I'm in.
Yeah.
Right?
Up
Because,
front.
I need them to understand.
But you don't.
like,
But you don't go up there and do you tell a new? Yo, it's my soulmate here. You gotta be. You gotta fuck with
1,000%.
it. You say it like that?
From
I think you more or less say.
No, I say it like this. From Carla
this is my
Marie
best friend.
on,
Yeah.
I made sure that any girl I talked to, Carla Marie was the first person I did. I was like, yo, let me make sure she understands.
Right.
Like, yo, Diana ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Like, this is.
Yeah, but that's different than.
No,
than-
I'm
It's my
saying.
road dog.
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
sit there and think, like, this is my soulmate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that shit don't cross my fucking mind.
Yeah, yeah.
know
But
what
you
I
and
mean?
Diana like dated. Y'all didn't like have like a 4-year relationship or anything.
No,
like that,
no,
right? Yeah.
no.
So I think that's
Not
a
at
little.
all.
But it,
That's
but
a little
it,
more, right.
But even
That's
then,
what I
I'm sure
said.
that he's saying it could go down that way, and he would still feel that way anyway.
Yeah, and it might be a little tricky for somebody, right? Because even if you're just like, Nah, yo, I only smashed that girl twice. Like, and after we realized that ain't it.
But you wouldn't feel some type of way, Han, if like a girl said, "Yo, like I know who my soulmate is. It's so and so, right? But I'm with you now because here's where I am in my life. We're around the same age. We both want the same things. You know, we want to."
That's very mature. That's very mature to approach it that way.
And it's like,
Yeah, I
you
don't know
guys
what
both
female
have
you
to
think
be.
would ever say
You
something
guys
like
both
that.
have to be super mature.
Yeah, no
do
girl
that.
saying that shit.
No,
There's no girl
there
saying
is
that.
some. There's some.
What is she?
Yeah?
58?
No, I get it, but they're just not common. I'm being honest with you. You know, we got swingers in the world. We got everything, bro.
She live in
Just-
Woodstock? She lives in
Like-
Woodstock?
Wait, you guys act like swingers don't exist and shit like that. So therefore, if that exists,
They don't.
this kind of girl.
Josh
definitely
watches a lot of
exists.
taxi cab confessions.
I used to. I used
I do it.
to.
I do it.
But I said I've been in that situation where my girl has said like, nah, my soulmate is Adrian is his name. I forgot now.
Yeah.
That was my girl at the time, and I was cool with it.
Yeah.
But I said like I was telling
She said it like that. She was like, or
Well, we were talking about.
I want more or less her think. She said like, yo,
I'll tell you
this
the-
was
no,
the guy that was supposed to be the guy.
No, the convo went like this. We were talking about twin flames. Because I was never, I didn't understand what none of that shit was. She's talking about that. She's like, oh, you're like my twin flame. Da, da, da. And I asked, I'm like, is that like a soulmate? Because I got my soulmate. And she was like, no, my soulmate is such and such. I was like, oh, that's fire. Because I feel the same way about Diana. And then, you know, she was cool with Diana. Da, 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 and then she saw Diana come into the car. And she saw Diana's ass. And she was like, no. That could definitely
Not be your soulmate.
So time out.
That cannot be your soulmate, my nigga.
So soulmates can't be packing.
Nah,
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
they have to be ugly
Yeah.
and like have a.
You were like,
war
nah,
right
that's a
here.
door that led me
That's
into
why-
knowing that she was a soulmate. That's all it was.
How could I never ever get to see her soul?
Exactly.
if I didn't get
God
to see
knew what he
that?
was doing.
Yeah.
I was supposed to meet
He
her
opened
soul
the
without her
perfect
butt.
door.
Right.
That's why
I put my glasses down.
it's a fine fucking line, bro.
It is.
It's a fine fucking line.
But anything in relationships, really, if we start really looking into it, all of it is a fine line depending on who you're
Even the
dating.
last topic we were talking about, there's a lot of deal breakers that could be like the most minuscule shit.
it could
you know?
be super disrespectful for the person that you're with.
Yeah, depending. But like if you bring that up front, then by the time that you even get to the point where you're with that person,
Also,
then you would.
I kind of make it a point for you to know, like this is it. Like this, there's no going to, and it's work.
Are you
An asshole?
no.
I say, damn, these shows are so therapeutic.
Are you
right.
disclosing
Now I know
the-
I handsome and I are
Are you
single.
disclosing
You
the
guys are in
fact?
healthy relationships.
when you go into a new relationship, are you disclosing the fact that you guys were together?
Yeah, I disclose everything about it just because I know I've been in that position, right, where I didn't explain.
She's a constant in your life, so
Well,
you let
yeah,
her know.
and I
right?
didn't explain, and it was an issue.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to Carla Maria, I said, no, you're going to know who this person is and everything about it because
Okay.
I can't fuck with that.
That's
Like,
the right way to do it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it.
And it's scary because you might like this person a lot,
Right.
and you know how they're going to respond.
You got to let like life. Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's scary
yeah,
as
do it the
shit.
right way. Even-
I was
yeah,
lucky
I
with
agree.
Reese. Reese didn't give a fuck. Reese like, yo, not for nothing, my best friend is such and I was like, oh, hi, motherfucking five.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always, like I told you, Stefania was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Until she saw her, she was like, yeah, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, because I don't think I really spoke on it because you guys always had me as the married man who didn't know. But
I just don't want to fuck shit up at home. I want
Josh.
Jordan to have a
Nah,
good
no,
life.
never, man. We have to speak on what's
Okay,
speaking.
Tread lightly.
Come on, bro. I honestly, there's nothing to thread lightly about. To be real with you, because
Not with Brenda.
I
She's the cancer.
I speak honestly. I'll deal with that when I deal with it. Like I'm just gonna be speaking honestly. Is what I'm saying. Even when I deal with that, I
Cancer
speak honestly.
season.
Yeah, it is. It's almost
That's
cancer.
it,
It's almost
Pop.
cancer season.
Word.
It's Gemini season right now, right?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's fucking up.
Geminis are very creative though.
I only pay
Shout out to the
attention-
Geminis
I
out
only
there.
pay attention to
Creative
my
psychos.
season.
Shout out to Geminis.
Damn right, Cap.
No, but what I was gonna say was for me it's like I would love to think the way you think because I think that that's the right way to think. There's a lot of things that I think that are very progressive and shit. Like, that's a very progressive way to think, but I don't think that I'll be okay with that though. I don't. I'll be with. I think you said that as well. You wouldn't be okay with it. Neither would Faid. I don't think I'll be okay with it.
Like I said, it's different.
No, I get it because I relate it. I relate it the way they do.
I'm not okay
a lot of that
with
has to
my
do
girl
with.
having 30 bodies.
A lot of that has to do. A lot of that has
But
to do.
you're cool with it.
Not that I'm cool with it. That's what I'm trying to say. In theory, I would like to be cool with it. I'm not that cool with it.
Okay,
I don't think I answered it that way, buddy.
I misunderstood.
No. Yo, you may have
In
to.
theory.
You may have to put like a little something at the bottom
In
with Josh
theory.
saying, "I'm all right with it." Yo,
Like I said, look,
I'll find you a clip
look,
with Josh saying, "I'm all right with it" about something. Agreed
Here's-
to get, like what we're getting for dinner.
Nah, dog. And put it to the worst shit.
Yeah,
To the
right.
worst shit. When I say shit like that, if I did like justify that, it's only because it's like the right thing is like that shouldn't be a problem because really that doesn't matter really. Like yo, we can have whatever we fuck. Like in your younger years, you should explore whatever, and then you figure out what you want. You know what I mean? If you're the last person on that list, you're like, all right,
Wow, you were the fucking guy.
that's what it is. That's the person.
picked
You
up
were
the
there.
scraps.
That's the way you look at it. See, it's the glass half empty, glass half full.
I
shit.
knew when I got
because
to
the other way to look at it is like, yo, I had to go through all of that to figure out that
I
you
knew
were
when I
the
got
one.
to number 40, I was gonna stop. I knew when I got to number 40, I would stop. 40-40 club.
27 dresses.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's too handsome, son.
Oh man,
So,
that was a good brunch banter topic. Handsome.
for
Good
sure,
job.
for sure.
Yo,
Good job
guys,
with that
if
one,
you
yeah.
guys have any ideas, anything you
no,
want us to
please,
discuss,
we want to
Yes,
hear
sir.
that.
Please
it
send it
our
over.
way.
Please send it over.
100%.
send it to
And
chat.
we
wanna
appreciate
hear
everyone
that.
who contributes to it as well.
Yeah,
all
no,
the time.
everybody
Please
that takes
continue
the time
yeah,
to-
for sure.
Yo, don't be shy guy.
Yeah.
No
No one
one's
sees.
judging.
No one sees what you vote. We only see like when you message us and say, "Well, this is why I voted yes," or this is why.
Yes.
And I think it's dope when you say, "This is why I voted yes." I appreciate that even more.
Yeah.
I love
But
the
if you
breakdown.
feel like shy to voice your opinion, don't feel. This
Yeah, it's-
is a judge-free zone. We're gonna judge you.
Especially when this guy's one of the
hosts.
hosts right here. This guy's gonna be
Yeah, no, 100%.
Doing what?
Or me. I will always defend you. I always got your back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
Josh is
judgmental.
more progressive than all of them.
Yeah, I
both of us.
got your back.
So,
Progressive,
Josh, you know,
non-judgmental.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure out your perspective and justify it. I promise you. I'll figure out a way.
Yes, Josh will figure a way to.
All right, let's move on to a place where soulmates might be dating. Take your soulmate to go watch an NBA game, and what do you do?
Sure.
Spit on a
throw,
fan.
spit on
Dildos.
Nah, spit on.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
So there's been a couple of incidents. There was one.
Well, the first one was
you want to start with the
popcorn.
major one, or so it was somebody threw popcorn on Russell.
That's what
Westbrook.
set off the chain of
And then
events.
like that same night, Nick fans, he actually spit over 50 Cent
yeah.
to get onto Trae Young.
Actually, it was over
That's so disrespectful.
the redhead. Remember the
Julianne
actress?
Moore?
Yeah, Julianne Moore. the redhead actress.
So it was 50, his girl, then Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
And the guy, just, you could see him like lower his mask.
Yeah.
And he sent a little projectile at Trae Young or whatever.
That's
And,
fucked up because
so
that
that
kid
was-
already has a fucked up life with his hair.
So that was maybe he was hoping that he landed on his hair to grow. I don't know. Whatever. That's not nice. But anyways, so but yeah.
He
So
needs to
there
shave
was
that
there
shit
was
off.
that.
He'll have a cool
There was
haircut,
also
yeah,
I think Melo got cursed out in Denver or something like
Yeah.
that.
That's cool. That
And-
cursed out is
yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah,
then
I
like,
agree.
throwing
I
shit
agree.
just happened yesterday, which we're shooting this episode on Monday, Memorial Day, putting this out for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to us for grinding. Pat myself on the back. Yeah, so somebody actually threw a water bottle at Kyrie.
Yeah.
And I know now that Boston fans are saying like, okay, well, Kyrie went and stepped on the middle of the Celtic thing and like wiped his feet, and now they're thinking to that, saying that, oh, that's the reason why he did what he did or whatever the case may be. And now it's becoming, and shout out to Diego because he hates discussing this, but it's becoming a thing of race.
Yeah.
They're saying that why do they feel like they could just, they're looking at these guys like they're animals, like in a zoo.
I don't
You
think
know
it's a
what I'm
race
saying?
thing though.
So, but I mean, it's one race always doing it to the other
I
race.
get it.
Have they done it
No.
to the Mavericks guy?
I get it. They would. In Europe, they would. In NASCAR,
But
if
we're
it
in
was
America.
a
This
situation,
is an American
in
situation.
NASCAR, if there was a situation like that where they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't like whatever,
you gotta
they
find
would.
Me, you got to find me that one. You got to find me a NASCAR situation.
Fair. It just always has to do
What are
with
they putting a noose in somebody's
more than anything. It's just that people
Listen,
just get
what-
drunk at a thing and they feel like they paid for tickets. I'm not saying that people are not acting
So
like
you don't
idiots.
think there's some racial undertones in this, or this is just
Pe-
fandom?
people, it can bleed over. People can be racist. And
I
then,
don't want
and then
this
say
to become a
racist shit.
racial thing.
No,
I just
no,
think
no.
they just have racial undertones under this thing.
That can bleed over.
Because why don't they have that same energy towards Gordon Hayward?
They could.
Because
It-
he robbed
they could.
the
Yeah.
Celtics of, you know what I mean? So for you to
If
just
Gordon Hayward were to step on the
physically-
Celtics center court and do that, they might do that.
But do you really think that they saw him step on that? That's his reasoning for doing it? Because it was pretty subtle the way he did it. Like,
Nah,
it was a lot
but
of,
you know what it is? That Kyrie's outspoken. I'm
it's
just being real with you.
Right. But Kyrie warned them to begin with. He was like, yo, he played for the Celtics before. So
Yeah.
he's heard what people have said towards the
Like I said,
Celtics.
the racism bleeds
Utah,
over.
like,
Yeah,
Boston is
these-
one of the most racist
For
fucking
sure.
places on earth.
you got
for
Boston,
sure.
you got
That's why I
Utah.
fucking hate the
Utah,
Patriots.
like he said,
These
that's why he
are-
said Utah as well. Utah,
Right.
one of the
These
most
are, these
racist.
are, I think
cities
Russell
as well.
Westbrook actually.
Fuck Utah.
St. Louis.
He just won. He just won a civil. Not a civil suit. He got a civil suit drop. He was being sued by a fan because he like yelled at him or whatever because the fan like said "fuck you" to him and he
Yeah.
was like "oh fuck you back" or whatever, and the charges got dropped or whatever. But it's like these fans won't do this where they see these players in the
question.
streets.
No question.
So like, why do you think you have
Especially
the
a
right
tall black man.
to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To say this to these guys when they're walking off the court. Because you know what happened in the Malice and the Palace with Ron Artest. These guys won't do that anymore because Ron
Facts.
Artest, his career, like Steven Jackson says,
Steven Jackson
you gotta,
laid
you
that
gotta
dude
hear,
out.
you gotta hear his story You got to hear his story about how
I was listening to it the other day.
he said how there was times where he was up for 6 man of the year, they didn't pick him. He was on times for All Star, they didn't pick him. And you looked at his numbers, and it was crazy because he took the time to look up his numbers, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, they should have picked him, but they didn't want to pick him because they didn't want the NBA to be portrayed. There were certain years where Meta World Peace, Ron Artest won the 6 man of the year because you just couldn't deny it. He was that good.
That's some sucker shit.
But it's
man.
like because the NBA was trying to fix this happened with the dress code the same year. They were trying to fix their, they were like
politics.
But
shit.
what's not fair is that they were shown as thugs, but who started the riot?
The thugs in the stands.
And then what's crazy is that the guy who got hit wasn't the right guy.
You're gonna say what?
But you know what happened though? He bet his boy $50.
Yeah.
Because I think I sent it to you. Ron Artest was like, we're friends now.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So he bet his boy $50. Yo, you won't throw this at Ron Artest, and they threw it.
He won't land it.
He won't land it.
He won't land it. That's what it was. They bet $50.
And then the
won't
smoke
land.
came.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was bound to happen.
All these players now.
That was bound to happen.
All these
bro.
players. So why didn't they let Russ go up there to be like, yo, what's good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, you can do this here. So I don't.
But you see things like that. Like I can't. Because when the fan does it, there's consequence to it. Mm-hmm. They get arrested, they get thrown out. So therefore, if a player goes up there, there's consequence to it. You know what I mean? Like you have to let the powers that be like play the situation out. Like you have to let security escort them and let them.
So there's got to be better security, you think?
No, yeah, number one, I guess to a certain extent.
Right.
Or like hockey, have the fucking plastic.
We've all been to games.
You don't know how to act as a fan. We should be.
We've all been to games.
Barriers.
We've all been to games, Mets games, Yankee games, whatever, right? And we go over there and we.
Why you gotta say it like
I'm
that?
saying like who goes to Yankee? Whatever, man. Anyway, I know you said you have better time in Met games. I know you.
This is a better stadium.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have better time in the Yankee game.
Whatever.
I'm cheering for my team.
I would hope
Sure.
so.
I'm cheering for my team.
But either way, on
fucking Bronx smells.
Yeah, that too.
That borough.
smelly ass
B,
borough.
like, why would you be in that borough?
No, man, it's New York borough. I'll take it over.
Shout out to Young Españols.
Yo,
word.
so the thing is, like when we go to those games, you see people who get drunk, and yeah, a lot of times.
So do we need to cut off the liquor early?
There's nothing to do about that, man. What can you do about that? It's part of like I have no problem with fans screaming at players like
I don't
funny
either.
shit.
I don't either.
You can even curse at them sometimes, depending on what the curse is.
The bad one was John Morant. John Morant's parents.
Yes.
Yo, these dudes told John Morant's parents like, "Yo, we'll put a nickel in your boy's back to like
make them like
and then they told like F you
dance
bitch
boy or something
to,
like one of those type of things.
Yeah, to like Ja's mom. And the thing that's dope, I love the way that John Morant's family handled it because sometimes a lot of these athletes they play up the victim thing where like they were like, yo, everybody was cool with us except for these three guys. The dad said, yo, I even bought drinks for a couple of the fans because I was like, yo, if Ja has this by halftime or something
right
like
thing
that,
to do, yeah.
He was just like having fun with them, and they were having fun because what he kept on saying, he was like, yo, my boy is killing y'all. You know what I mean? Like that's his father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they knew who he was. And then that's not cool.
No question, bro. Like I said, there's a point where it's not being funny anymore. Like if you're being funny with a player, even if you don't like the players, friendly competition. Right. Same way you go street ball in New York. Like you know, people talk shit, whatever.
You're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
though.
you're not exactly. There's a line you don't cross.
You know what I don't like is that like you'll say this to this player at the game, but then like
no way.
If Russ went to hand you his shoe, you take his shoe.
Facts.
How many times have you seen Russ hand his shoe to the kids or Kyrie always hand his shoe to his kids? I don't know about John Morant yet because he's still young in the league and I haven't paid attention to that.
I'm sure they all do that. Though.
I'm sure they all do.
I'm sure.
Who was the other guy that got Trey? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing with Trey is that Trey was trying to be the Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, yo,
I love that.
They were booing him.
You need a villain.
But you know what though? The energy in that garden that
you need
day
a villain. Yeah,
was
I
crazy,
love it.
and he embraced it
for sure.
But like there, you just take it too far because it's kind of like. At the end of the day, yo, he's still a human being. Like you spit on somebody, you spit on somebody on the street. That's on sight.
You ever been with a group of boys and like somebody like you all joking, clowning on somebody, and then somebody takes it like too far?
There's also one friend, yeah,
exactly. And you guys are like, yo, bro, you guys have to check him. Almost like, yo, come on, man, like that shit was funny to a certain extent,
right.
But there's a line that you cross, and it's not funny anymore. Now it's disrespectful. Now it can get us into problems that we don't want to get, not because of any other reason, but because it's like bullying and all of that kind of shit. Like you don't want to create that kind of thing.
What do they say? What is it? Drunk actions for sober thoughts or some shit like that. Like it's something that he wants to do
exactly
in his subconscious.
Well, that's what I was saying about
but
the
once he got
thing.
the liquid courage, that's why I think you have to say that it has some type of racial undertones because it's the race that it's happening to and the race that's doing to it. It's kind of like one of those like dance boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Entertain me.
But it's one of those things that we have to look into it more. Like that's because we don't know if it's happening in other sports or if it's happening to white athletes in wrestling or whatever. I don't know. I haven't.
But, like
not,
I don't know if
it's happening mainly to black players in
soccer
the NBA.
in Europe.
It happens to white players.
But no,
over there, right?
we're talking about what happens in America though. This is like what in
Yeah,
American
we don't
sports,
watch soccer,
MLB, NFL.
Yeah, because
you know what
soccer's
I'm
not
saying?
big, but yeah,
Right.
but I feel you. Yeah.
This guy on the Rams, is it Peters? He went and checked the fan in the stands.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I
say
think
something.
that should be allowed.
That should be allowed.
Yeah.
I think there should be not obviously going
fighting.
there and punch them,
Yeah.
but to go check them.
Yeah,
like,
I
what
feel
up?
you, I feel
I'm
you.
here
What up?
now.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Instead of always trying to stop it, like, and then that player takes the chance. You might get knocked out.
But here's the thing:
Go.
is that really going to stop things from happening in the future?
No, I think
It
more
just gives a satisfaction to the player.
fans need to be more reprimanded more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I agree with that. I agree
The
with that.
moment you throw something,
But overall-
you're banned and your family's banned for
Oh,
generations.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree with that at all.
Like I think the guy that spit, I think the guy that said this shit to John's mom, the Russell
That
thing.
spinning shit, my nigga,
The
you
shit-
should
the
get
shit-
punched in
yo,
the fucking
no
mouth.
question.
The water bottle was full. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hits him. And I don't want to.
Regardless, it's crossing the line, even if it wasn't, but even more disrespectful.
But if it hit him,
Yeah, no question.
You know what I'm saying?
I
No
think
question.
being banned is not enough because if a player now reacts, you can actually
His NBA career is over.
You could sue that
Yeah,
player.
yeah,
His
yeah.
NBA career is over.
Yeah.
So, okay, being banned is not enough. I think that you should be able to sue him as a player.
You can't sue people if they don't have money, though. So it depends. Like sometimes, like it
Okay,
doesn't matter.
well then he should be equally incarcerated.
Then I don't disagree with
That's
that at
it.
all. I don't disagree with that at
Yeah,
all.
incarceration
But
would be a
but
good
if
one.
but the
I
thing is
think,
that
like,
if you
yeah,
get
I think
literally,
even
that's-
if you don't
but
have
if you-
money, like once you have money, they could like tap into like your wages.
Yeah, afterwards, yeah, after the
But
fact,
that's
yeah.
like attacking somebody in the street. You're gonna get arrested, B.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm saying though. If you're gonna get arrested, you can't have him get arrested and also have the player be able to go up and because there's like a order of the NBA wants to keep order. It's a business at the end of the day.
All right.
I get it. I'm Mr.
And they're role
I'm
models.
Mr. Let him. I'm Mr. Let him fight.
Yeah.
On the court, whatever. But when you talk about them like fighting fans or whatever, like there's the fan acts crazy. There's consequence to that. Now, if the player goes up and acts crazy, there's consequence to that. There shouldn't be. Oh, there's no consequence. It's just eye for an eye. Nah, there's eye for an eye. Both of them get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's not eye for an eye anymore. The first
Yo,
person
I'm not.
who's struck,
I'm not.
that's
I'm not
trouble.
gonna sit here and act all holy. Like I haven't like wild out of the game. Like
Yeah.
I've been at a Yankee game. I've
No,
been
you
at a
don't.
Giants
But you
game.
don't cross the line.
But
I've done the same.
I'll say shit, nigga. I'm
It's
not gonna
not-
fucking
dog,
throw
it's
my
like-
hot dog in
Dog.
somebody's face.
I've been
in the
at
outfield.
I've been at Subway Series games. Matt
Yeah.
Harvey pitching.
Oh,
like
it's
yo,
insane.
you
It's
fucking
insane.
suck.
It's insane.
But I'm
yeah.
not gonna say nothing like, I'm not gonna clown nobody or their family or mom. Come on, man.
That's why she broke
There's
your
so
heart,
many.
man.
There's so many lines. There's so many lines that were
I don't know.
crossed
I have
in all these
I have a
situations.
friend. I know who he,
Don't
he
talk
knows.
about
He
Matt
knows.
Harvey, man.
I have a friend. He knows who he is, and he looked up. There was an outfielder,
Oh yeah, we
and
went
he
to
looked.
that
All right,
game.
yo, fight. He's sucking a book.
We went to that game.
Yeah, and he literally looked up his. Shout out to this friend, and he looked up his like Wikipedia,
Yeah.
and like his parents like divorced, and he was like, "You're the reason your parents are divorced."
Yeah, exactly. I'll be honest with you.
And
That's
I was
okay.
like- I was like,
Nah, it's not
damn.
okay.
You know what's
man.
crazy is that
I couldn't even think
it's
about
verbal.
repeating
this
that.
this outfielder is gonna be good in the future, right? We'll
Yeah.
talk about it off here. So like, he's gonna be good in the future, and like what people will say,
hot son.
and it's like,
That's mad
and
personal.
it's like
so it has nothing to do
in
with the
my
game.
head. In my head, I remember
Oh.
thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, we're definitely not getting him in free agency. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely not. He's going to the Mets. He's going to the Mets.
Nah,
they got
man.
more money. He's like,
I'm
fuck the
fine.
Yankees.
I'm fine with verbal attacks.
I like that statement.
Yeah, I'm
they have
fine with
money.
verbal attacks. That shit is cool
Right.
to me, right? Even if it may be some like
I get you.
fucked
'Cause I
up
know I
ass
get you
shit.
because it's not as it's not
It's
the line we're
words,
crossing.
my nigga.
Yeah, it's not the line we're talking about.
Unfortunately, you have to figure out, yo, I'm an adult. I'm an athlete.
That's true, too.
Yeah, I'm a public figure.
Yeah, I'm a public
Yeah.
figure. So if
That's
people
true,
want
too.
to tell me like, yo, that's why your daughter's a bitch or some kind of crazy shit, swallow it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now,
Well, I'd even like respond back, being like, "Yo, like Richard Jefferson one time."
that's why your mother sucked my dick.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah,
like,
you have fun.
A fan was like, "Yo, like say hello to my wife or whatever." You know what I mean? Like, when they were losing by a lot, he was like, "Nah, I'll text her later."
Yeah.
That's witty. That's
Yeah, yeah.
smart. Do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like those are, you know what I mean? Those jabs. I'm sure it's like, all right, cool. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like. I think LeBron one time told a dude, like, yo, your girl would rather be with me or some shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, yo,
It's just regular.
That's
It's just
fine.
regular.
What
yeah,
what do you
regular
think
shit talk.
when
That's
it's
true. That's
athlete
true.
versus athlete?
That's true.
what do you mean?
Like, let's say like,
like with all the smoke guys. With
yeah.
Kwame?
Nah, he's talking about KG,
Kwame-
talking about Honey
Kwame-
Nut
Kwame
Cheerios. With, that's
Nah,
exactly
I'm
what he's
talking
talking
about
about.
like
Kwame Brown and all-
coming back.
Yes.
The second, they're second or third. It's us, Joe Buttons, then probably them.
Uh,
Podcast. But yeah, so all the smoke podcast because we want all the smoke podcast. Yeah,
Facts.
they have a pretty good podcast. They're
I'm not fighting Matt Barnes.
They're mainly, I know he'll travel here to fight me. He got light skin power. The thing with their show is that their show is dope show, but it's definitely like they're so respected amongst players in the NBA. Like their guests, that was Kobe's last interview. That's how respected they are. You know what I mean? So shout to them.
But was that they took a shot at Kwame?
They use a lot of opportunities to take shots at Kwame. Like we know that Kwame for where he got drafted and like how his NBA career, he's considered a bust, right? Yeah. But Kwame kind of like they take these little jabs at him every now and then. He's just an easy person to make fun of. You know what I mean? Like Stephen A. has called him a scrub, and it was actually
many times.
It was actually an interview with Jeannie Buss because Kwame played with Kobe, right? Like the joke was that Kobe and Kwame combined for 82 points the day that Kobe had 81. Right? That's where it started, and I was laughing hysterically. It was amazing. It was it's a great joke, and it's an ongoing joke. And
they use it with other players and everything.
This is what people say. No, and I don't think it started with them, but like I think it's something that like somebody said it, and like they were like,
everybody clicked with them.
Yo, but and then Kwame's like response like, you see them screens I was setting, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So
he was though.
So Kwame. My nigga, they showed Kobe dribbling from half court. He dribbled around 8 guys, and there's only 5 guys that play at a time. And 3 of the guys on his team, right? Yeah. Kwame Brown said, like, he just ran this way, ran that way, and he was getting in Kobe's way, and he still scored.
Yeah.
But anyways, so with this whole Jeannie Buss episode, they took little digs at Kwame, and Kwame just woke up one morning feeling spicy and was like, enough is enough. He looked like he was in his basement of his house in South Carolina, and he just started ripping any and everyone that like had something to say about him as far as him being a scrub. And he was like, I may be everybody on the internet could call me a scrub, but I bought my mother a house. I bought her a house that has this. Like,
I'm a champion.
He won a ring?
Yeah.
Was he on the Lakers team when he won a ring? I hope
Was
not.
he? Oh, he didn't?
Thank God.
Missed the ring.
He was useful to a ring.
That's where the Stephen A. smoke came from because they was like, yo, they got fleeced for Pau Gasol. But they ended up getting Marc Gasol in the deal, so it ended up panning out later on.
Yeah.
But anyways, so with the Kwame thing, so Kwame's pretty much like,
This explains a lot. He's a Pisces. We're emotional.
I love that.
The horoscope thing, always?
Handsome looked up his...
I had to look at his birthday. I'm like, why is he so emotional and so fucking sporadic? That's me, fam. March 10th.
If he was a Cancer, he would have been like, Chetty, that's you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's you. That's what you do.
Nah, it wouldn't make sense. Because
how? I thought cancers are emotional.
Yeah,
too.
that's shit you do.
Yeah, but they're emotional instead in a vengeful way. We're emotional. We're sporadic. We're fucking lash out at everybody.
Somebody don't show up to a podcast, you get mad.
Facts, nigga.
I'm not gonna say who, Papi. But anyways, so we're talking about the show.
Threats.
So we're talking about the show. So with Kwame Brown, like he's just getting at everybody. But what he's also doing too, it was mostly Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
Thank you. But then like everybody else kind of chimed in and was like, "Yo, did you hear what's happening between these guys?" So Charlemagne, Jamel Hill chimed in.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp chimed in. Skip. So now he's like, "Oh, I got smoke for y'all too."
Okay.
Because at first, I think
Jamel Hill just literally used a Game of Thrones.
So
quote.
can you give me what did Jamel Hill say?
Quote?
He woke up for war. It's like
he woke up and chose.
He chose violence. He chose violence.
Violence.
Is that a Game of Thrones thing?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a Game of Thrones.
Yeah. That's what she said. It was just like a joke.
Like,
And he told
people use. I actually saw that tweet from her.
My boy texted me that one day. He was like,
woke up and chose violence.
His fit was fire, and he was like, "I'm gonna let you know right now. I woke up and chose violence.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
hope you wear something. I hope you dressing today." And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." But yeah, so that's what Jamel Hill. So
that's what happens when you go straight from high school to fucking NBA.
So that's what I'm saying. So like with Charlemagne, that took another, and you could probably elaborate a little bit more on that. That took a whole other turn because like at first Charlemagne,
they're both South Carolinians.
Yes, at first Charlemagne joked about it like, "Yo, Kwame Brown, whatever."
Yeah,
and he was just kind of like very, very coy about it, very like, "Oh, well, he was the number 1 pick, and Jordan drafted him, and
he called him a bum. He said all this other shit. Right?
He was spicy at first,
right? And that was
but
the thing.
Kwame Brown woke up and chose violence, and what happened?
And that's what happened because Kwame was like, "Yo, you know what? You want to talk shit? I got family members that are friends of your family members.
Mm-hmm.
We know the real reason you're not in South Carolina. Yeah. We know the dirt behind you, the whole rape allegations and all that.
That's
shit.
been around for a minute too, though.
Yeah, and it gets subdued. And Charlemagne, for somebody that preaches all this like black power, all this stuff, Joe Budden had a whole elaborate thing on that. Like, yo, this man takes any chance he can to bring the other black man down.
Yeah.
Like, if you really preach that shit, don't do that. He's like, Diddy preaches that shit, and Diddy doesn't do that. He may, in people's minds, do something with contracts, but he's not out there, like, literally publicly trying to shit on people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your card can get pulled, and it can get pulled dramatically. You talk too loosely for somebody that has such a dark past that you fought for and paid a lot of money to keep
people
wrap.
and
Kwame wasn't with this. Kwame don't give a fuck about none of this political shit.
Yeah.
He's a Pisces.
But Flex had actually said this thing originally, and he was just like when Hot 97 and 105 was doing their whole verbal jabs.
I think he even released audio.
Well, there's an audio of him actually saying that. Yeah, I got a girl drunk and I took advantage, like I had sex with her or whatever. Like, he pretty much just said
the mom even talking. I think he had audio of the mom.
I took advantage of her.
The girl's mom talking to some shit like that, saying like, what he did to her daughter.
Yeah, he definitely said that. And just in case
I can't wait. Yo, this is the only time I'll agree with you cancel people. Cancel Charlemagne, man. He's a fucking clown. Like, I'm done seeing that shit. I don't want to be on his network.
He doesn't like anybody that don't like Joe Budden.
1,000%. Like, I don't fuck with nobody that does. But anyway,
shout out to Jordan Mall.
I always find
we love you.
I always find Charlemagne clowny. I always have. Always.
I've
never been a fan of Charlemagne. So.
Never.
I'll be honest with you. I do like Charlemagne's role in media and stuff like that because I do appreciate people who
blunt.
Yeah,
I didn't say that thing.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know before you give me a face before whatever. I'm just saying like I appreciate people who do have that approach. But
you can't
even star and all of that kind of shit.
I respect that, but you can't walk around and I enjoy the Breakfast Club, but you can't walk around like your shit don't stink when you got other shit going on. When you've done other stuff in the past. Now, if you're willing to come out and say, "Yo, I was wrong," and like I become a better person by it, then sure,
address it.
But when you're sweeping it under the rug, and which Kwame Brown is saying that he was, which that's what caused Charlemagne to take a couple steps back and say, we're South Carolinians. I want to apologize. Like he tried to take like the higher road. He tried to Joe Budden's it.
I'm not going to defend Charlemagne, but I think Charlemagne has spoken on it though, right?
When
he has
his situation
on a situation with the girl.
Prior to this,
no, he did.
Now probably.
I don't know when, but I know.
What you mean when Flex first said it? Maybe
when Flex said it.
Okay.
I know legitimately he said like, and I think when Flex said it, he said I spoke on it, and then people pulled up the quotes and everything. Where he's like, listen.
I think Kwame's thing is like everybody out here calling me a loser and like a scrub, but like I'm a winner though.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've done this.
Look at what I've done.
Like I've come from the dirt.
And let me
on that level, but I think. And I'm gonna let you go, but I think there's some context to it too, because like when we're calling him a scrub, you call him a scrub in a basketball sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
not only basketball.
Stephen A. pull up a 15-minute reel
NBA sense
of him like them passing him the ball and him dropping it.
Yeah. Nobody said, "Yo, you're a life scrub."
Bro, you know why? Because everyone in life was like Stephen A. and all these people were using him to push him down to like a little like gimmick for themselves
to be funny.
Because you know what? How many times people Stephen A. has his gimmicks, the weed thing,
right? But
the Kwame Brown thing was one of his actual things,
right? But let me ask you a question.
Brown.
Exactly, had the way he said it.
He used to always joke how the Lakers fleeced the Grizzlies, saying that they traded him for a certified scrub.
Yeah.
So in a sense,
he's that's
fucking hilarious.
In a sense, he's kind of like Charlemagne, where he's saying exactly what he feels. He feels that. I think Stephen A's changed up a little bit. I respect his grind. I love he's from Queens and he made it where he did. But I definitely sometimes, like now especially, these last couple of years, ever since like Skip left, he's been a little bit more like
a character.
But even just
he's a character. He's not really him.
Charlemagne attacked Kwame personally.
Yeah.
Whereas
I don't like that though.
Yeah.
I just want to let you guys.
Right, but
Stephen A. is attacking him on a basketball.
I'm talking about his game.
Scrub.
But even then, he's ODing though. When he says you're a certified scrub, who, like nigga, you're saying some. I say this. Some adjectives
because
don't need to be said.
Paul Pierce should be able to call him a certified scrub. Sorry, Fa.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Charlemagne shouldn't be able to call Kwame Brown anything because at the end of the day, probably Kwame Brown. Let's play Stephen A. Smith thing. Made probably more money.
Not only made more money, but bust his ass in basketball too, and all of that kind of shit.
Basketball, whatever.
You think he's a scrub? Come play me then.
Yeah, come play me because if you see Kwame's high school numbers, it was ridiculous.
No question.
So, okay, you could call him a bum, But why are you allowed to call him a bum?
Facts.
Let's ask
right,
that
right.
question.
Well, yeah.
Why is he allowed to call him a bum?
So remember, it started with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. I think they have the grounds to make fun of him because they played in the NBA.
Yeah,
Okay, but
Those
that's
guys
a bigger question,
could
though.
probably do that.
But that's a bigger question,
They
then,
can-
because how many people are analysts?
Yeah.
They never played the game, but they know how to analyze and see numbers.
But
that's cool
we
when
respect their
But-
opinion because just like you and me, if we're talking sports, we watched enough. We've analyzed it enough. We respect each other's opinion.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like,
But
I'm not
they're talking
gonna
sports.
disqualify his opinion, though.
Yeah.
They're
You understand what
talking
I'm saying?
sports, and that's what I'm saying. They're talking sports. I think when it really got out of hand was when people, and I could see
How did
what-
Charlamagne take it personal? I mean, how did he take it
because he
personal?
brought up shit. I don't know the full story, but he brought up shit about his personal life.
Okay.
and that's why he came out with the you know what I did for my mom?
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's when all that stuff coming out. Like, how the fuck you gonna call me this and that when I did
Kwame's
this?
trying to tell people, yo, I'm a winner compared to like a lot of
Nah,
people.
he's very successful.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's accomplished
Yeah,
a lot.
right.
He has. No
If
question.
it's in basketball, then he's wrong.
Yeah.
In
Right.
life,
He's talking about in life. He's talking about in life.
and even in basketball, even in basketball,
but a lot
he's
of
right.
a lot of players,
not NBA.
a lot of players
In
today
basketball's right,
do
though.
that now. Like whenever somebody criticizes their game, especially that's not an NBA player, they'll say, "But I do all this stuff for kids," and they kind of try to like go and like I said, like I'm not gonna compare it players in the 80s and the 90s because they didn't have to deal with social media.
Yeah.
They didn't have to deal with like every single fan chiming in on what they have to say. The only time they heard is when at the stadium and maybe went to go get food. That was it.
A
But
newspaper.
these players now, everybody's hooked to their phone. They're seeing criticism of them all day, right?
fucking
So it's a different time. But in
Most
this
disrespectful shit too.
100%. But in this time, you have to be a little bit more strong minded, and that's how that's just how it is. But with Kwame, I feel like when he got the criticism of like, yo, you don't play, you were a scrub in basketball.
But it's not only that; he had it
took
for mad years.
He
too.
took it another
He had it for years,
right? Yeah, he played in the NBA for 13 years.
Yeah, and he
For
was
him to
getting torn apart
to be
for
in the
most
year
of that time.
for
anyway.
13 years based on his size.
Yeah.
Like, but it was one of those things like where
What hurt him the most was remember
Yeah.
#1 pick straight out of high school.
Right.
Those are two
Well,
things.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
appreciate.
Drafted by Jordan.
I didn't
drafted by
appreciate
Jordan,
the
who beat him
shit.
up
Yeah,
mentally.
but Michael
I-
Jordan is known for not drafting really good.
No, I get it, but
But-
that was a reputation that he had to.
But I
A
didn't
burden that he had to
I didn't
live
appreciate
with.
what he said about Mike though. That's fucked up.
Let's look at the spread of things. What if he peaked at
At 18?
At 18
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, he got to
That's
the
unfortunate.
NBA.
This
and
is
that
what it
was-
is.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate to him.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe that was his highlight of his life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he succeeded his dream of just making it to the
And
NBA.
that peak is higher than a lot of people's peak. Period.
Exactly.
Their whole life.
My fucking
Right.
point.
Right.
Exactly.
Like you,
And he
you know
played
what I'm saying?
13 years.
Yeah.
Like
So
you
I
were the
wanna
number
think-
one overall draft pick.
Yeah.
Where was Steven Jackson? Where was fucking Matt Barnes? Where was these motherfuckers? They wasn't fucking number one.
Nah.
He got number one.
Yeah.
So you know what? I made it to number one. Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
I made it
exactly.
there.
That's
I
an
got my
accomplishment.
fucking
That's facts.
guaranteed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Accomplishment you never
That's
had.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yo,
Out of high school.
out of high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Big
couldn't
time.
say that. Like at the end of the day, he should be respected. He feels there, and I give him the right. He feels respected for himself.
Yeah.
I made it this far.
He should.
Fuck it. I spent 13
should.
years in the NBA. I got paid whatever I wanted to. That's good.
That's facts. He should, and he should. Like I said, like ultimately, like
Topic got fast spicy.
because ex-Laker.
Don't do that.
That's
I mean,
why.
like, yo,
Don't do that. Phil.
yo, honestly, I watched Kwame Brown a lot. Like I knew
Like
what the
chapter.
fuck he was capable of.
I must be
and
a boring friend.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like I saw it, and I was just like, okay, but yo, in reality, when somebody else that is not,
Yo, Fi, you want to chill? Nah, I gotta watch Kwame Brown play tonight. Fuck you.
like you know what I'm saying, like, but yo, you see it, like people, like Charlamagne should never have anything to say to Kwame Brown, like. Matt Barnes, all
But you know
these
what?
guys-
He could. In my
But you
opinion,
know
he
what- but
could.
you know
If
what
it's
though-
about
but you know what though,
basketball,
Fi?
he
But
could.
then you
I agree
can
with you
say
there.
the same thing about us. We're about to discuss DMX's album. Should we not talk
That's
about
what I'm
this stuff
saying.
because
That's what I'm
we
saying.
didn't
But
play basketball?
I'm not saying the aspect.
Because we didn't
that-
rap.
I feel like I know enough.
Because we didn't rap.
But
I feel like
like
I know
him-
enough.
Because he didn't put
But-
pen to the pad.
Yo,
I
but
feel like I
him,
know enough, though.
him defending
no, facts, I
himself,
agree.
Yeah.
like how
There's
can
nothing
you
wrong
go-
with him defending himself. Yeah, he
Yeah,
should.
that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right,
Like
right.
you're going after him about defending himself. Like you shouldn't have to
But
fucking
I-
say that.
where,
him
where
to
I think
defend
Stephen
himself.
A,
I
where I
agree.
think Stephen A was right was where he was saying like, look, he put together like a highlight clip of Kwame Brown, people throwing him passes and him dropping it, right? And he was like, yo, everything that you've done in your community, I think is beautiful. But as far as an NBA player, you were a scrub.
Yeah, and my
I
job
can say
is
that as
my
well,
job
too.
is
My-
to analyze.
Everybody
can
can say that.
criticize
Everybody can say that. Hands down.
Yeah, he
Everybody
was
can
he
say
was a
that shit.
scrub, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the
but,
people- and
but
the
the thing is though is
And there's
that
people who
like
talk shit about Stephen A. Smith,
where
and he has to
people-
eat it. It is
right,
what it is.
yeah,
He's a
it's-
public
it's-
figure.
You always
Right,
make
right.
fun of his hairline.
he should be able, right?
I love
The
it.
NBA players will say shit like they'll talk about his hairline or whatever the
Exactly.
case may be. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Or
Or they'll
this
be
is the-
mad. They'll get
this
mad at
is-
him.
This
And what
is
it is, what it
this
is.
is what every NBA player's comeback should be to like any sports writer, any analyst. Be like, you weren't good enough, and you wish you were in my position.
Pistol Pete Jr.
Water Pistol Pete.
Jr. That's what it is. Water Pistol Pete Jr.
100%.
That's fucking
Skip-
what Jalen
yo.
Rose told Skip Bayless.
He
He's like,
said,
where
yo,
did you average like
he
2
said
points in high school?
He said
pulled
you
up
were,
the numbers.
you were a senior and you were playing JV.
Yeah.
I got dirt on you.
Yeah.
He did the whole camera. I got dirt on you, doggy.
He called him
Yeah, you
Water
know what I mean?
Pistol
Yeah,
Pete Jr.
You
bro.
mad.
Yeah.
But, yo, that Kwame Brown.
Kwame, we got no smoke for you.
No,
we
no,
got no
no,
smoke
no.
for you,
Like I
man.
said, man. Honestly,
We
I
love
do.
you.
Yo,
Please don't go listen to episode 1 and drag us.
bro, you know how
You
many
know what I
times I
mean?
think
Like, we
about
don't
that?
want
Like
us,
I've
yeah.
shitted on NBA players. Like I think about Chris Dudley, right? Ex-Nick. I'm like, yo, he's fucking
Everybody
trash.
shouldn't think Chris Dudley,
But at
yeah.
the same time, I definitely know if Chris Dudley was playing basketball amongst all of us, he would bust all our ass.
And he went to Princeton, so he's
Yeah.
probably smarter than all of us, too. Did he
He's
go
like
to Princeton or
6'8",
Harvard?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yo,
Not even.
I
He's
think
gotta
he
be
went to
7 feet
Princeton.
tall.
He went to Princeton, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He's driving like a fucking brainiac.
Exactly,
you know what
yo,
I'm saying?
exactly, man. These people are
So-
mad accomplished, man.
Right,
Like,
right.
You
But
gotta respect what
when
they
you're
do.
when you're talking about them in that
In
circle.
basketball only.
Right,
If
right.
Charlamagne only did that, that's fair.
Right.
In my opinion.
Like Hanson's gonna drag DMX's
As a
album
fan.
right now.
Whoa,
But-
whoa.
but
I'm
he's
not
talking
gonna
as a
drag
fan.
DMX's album.
He's not talking as an artist. He's talking as a fan.
Yeah, he's
I'm actually going to be very PC on this one
Oh, Jesus.
and say, man, it's good to hear him again.
Look, I'll be the
X
one.
gonna give it
I'll
to
be
ya.
the one to say it. X definitely
Gonna give
wasn't
it
on
to
top
ya?
of his game lyrically, but I enjoyed the music from the other people on the album, and the beats were dope.
The beats were good.
No.
You don't think the beats were good either?
I didn't
The
really
the money
think
bag,
so.
yo.
I had a
album, so it was
tough
dope.
time with why Switch would pick a lot of these beats.
Okay.
That was one
You
of
feel
my
like he didn't fit on these beats?
it's one of my bigger problems was I feel like he's he boxes DMX into a specific sound, and I have a big problem with that. Like again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's a reason we stopped listening to DMX for years, because I know everybody's championing this album, but nobody was talking about the 2 prior albums. I would say,
I agree.
You know what I mean?
When he was alive, right?
I don't think he was able to progress musically.
I also think that he didn't get he got a lot of features on this album. And X really didn't have a lot of features on this album because he thought that he was, the
Right.
best
Yeah,
rapper or
I
whatever.
mean,
and
yeah,
if you listen to
whatever.
most of the verses, they were the same.
Yeah.
They literally was a repeat of the last verse.
And I
Yeah.
think maybe
Same subject,
maybe
same
they
time,
pieced it maybe they pieced it together because of it wasn't complete and he passed.
he
so,
wasn't a complete
That's not what they
artist
said.
anymore.
That's not what
Yeah,
they said, though.
Oh, they said it was
The
done.
album was done before he was even. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
he was
okay.
working
Swizz
on
said the
it.
album was done before.
Could it be promo to be like, yo, what you're about to hear is fire, as opposed to somebody like where I'm being skeptical
I feel
saying,
you. That's true.
nah, this sounds like
No, because
But
even
he
on
made a
Norby's
point.
show,
I know
right.
Swizz made it a point to say, yo, and I want to let everybody know, at the end of the premiere, I saw it like on IG
I
Live.
watched it on IG Live too.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
dope.
At the end, he was
It got
like,
me hype. Like Swizz got me hype for it. I was like,
That's what Swizz does, man.
It's dope.
That's
you know
why I
what I
think
mean?
you
So
guys
I
got
mean,
sold because of that. Like that's why I don't watch Swizz. Swizz is one of those people that
he's
can
good at
sell
that.
you.
Yeah,
He's good at that.
Even on his beats,
Yeah,
he
right.
will sell you
No,
on.
I've heard about
Yeah,
that.
he made me
for
feel that
years.
Timbaland beat him. That he beat Timbaland last
He
night.
did.
But I think Timbaland beat him. But we'll discuss that another time.
Yeah.
I think I forgot Tim has like some joints. Yo.
Nah, he does have joints.
Yeah.
Tim is
I
a better
didn't
producer.
know that he
Nah, Tim's
did
a better
Drunken
producer.
in Love. Drunken Love. I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
that shit threw me off.
Honestly,
Yo,
Honestly,
he
I
used
think-
stronger.
I
yeah, he
believe
did.
that, too.
That's the second time he used Stronger.
did the drums.
Yeah, he did the
He did the
drums.
drums.
That's not
Timbaland-
fair.
Yo, Timbaland is.
I gave him one of these.
Yeah.
I heard it.
That's not the only
Timbaland is
Kanye.
better
He did
than
2
Swizz.
Kanye things.
Yeah.
Of course, Timbaland's first of all, musically, yes, Timbaland is 10 times better than Swizz.
I agree.
Let's be honest.
Wait, and that Just Blaze too? That Just Blaze thing, I think he had the hype going for him as well.
Just
Swizz.
Blaze and what? And
Swizz
Swizz?
against Just Blaze.
Because
Oh.
Just Blaze,
Okay, yeah, I
Just
thought you were
Blaze brought
Swizz
the
and
guys
Tim,
that he
'cause-
plays Atari with,
Yeah.
and goes plays Counter Strike and
Yeah.
Flushing with.
Yeah.
DMX. Oh, sorry, he brought Swizz brought
DMX.
fucking Rough Riders.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I'm
That stays
saying?
on topic.
Yo, D and Y.
yeah,
Yeah,
that shit was
I really
wild.
do stay on topic, yo. I really do stay on topic.
That shit was wild to me. Like,
on my
I was
Mine
P's
did
and
the whole
Q's. I'm
time.
on my P's and
It's mine-
Q's, baby.
it's mine
I
did
was
the whole
just
time.
like, yo, I honestly think like, yo, Just and Tim better.
That would
than
be
Swizz.
fine.
Just Blaze not better than Swizz Beats though. And
He is.
I'll tell you why.
He is.
But go ahead. All
All right, we saved that
because
for-
he has
we
limited.
saved that
because
Wait,
he
let's
has
talk about
because
the
he has
DMX
limited
album
work.
first.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
problem
yeah.
with him.
Let's talk about DMX album first, because
Go ahead.
somebody said that this weekend about Southside versus Just Blaze. But let's talk about DMX.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, it's wild.
I I'm okay. I'm okay with, but it was about the drop,
tags though.
The tags. It wasn't about the actual producer.
Yeah.
No,
Tags.
but then he started talking about pretty much. If you watch the whole thing,
My nephew doesn't know who Just Blaze is.
That's cool.
That's
You
kind of
understand what I'm
what
saying?
That's cool. That doesn't mean that he's a better producer or not.
No,
that don't mean shit about that.
But it made a point though.
Right,
what he was saying.
Okay, so
I know
people
we're getting off the topic. Go ahead.
People
People
talk
from
about DMX album quick.
Fair.
Right.
Damn,
What do you think?
why you
You
getting
know
started
who
on
you know who Melly Mel is and shit like that.
Nigga,
You
but
know
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
talk- yeah.
Niggas gonna tell us that too.
Then you get thrown
I
another
know.
shot. Man, I can't respond to
No,
that.
I'm saying
but-
no,
Yeah,
old
but
head-
you can't use those old head motherfuckers.
old heads.
against
See
that,
what I'm
man.
saying? But then we can't be mad at the young boys if they try to tell us. I
We
know
could,
I'm right
because the music
but
progressed.
you understand what I'm saying?
But early on, when these guys were making Atari beats, it was a whole different world.
I don't know.
As opposed
That's
to
another topic for
what
another
happened
day.
in the
That's
90s.
for Patreon.
But the DMX shit, did you enjoy the lyrics?
I didn't specifically the lyrics. No,
You
not that
asked
much.
if you enjoyed the lyrics.
Yeah,
Ask
he did
about
that on
the
purpose.
album.
I need to.
We know the lyrics weren't good.
He said that on
Okay,
purpose.
But I enjoyed the album though.
But
Pop like a pimple.
The song-
I
the song-
fucked up. I
the-
apologize.
the
I
song-
apologize.
the song
for
with
that.
him and
I apologize
Snoop
for that.
is
Bro,
fucking
I'm
fire.
dead serious.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
When they talk about fucking and stuff, yeah.
Listen,
it
I
was
like
funny.
the song with Nas. I like the song with Griselda. Like I like songs.
Song with
The-
Griselda was dope.
The
It's dope.
Bono song I
Song
like.
with Griselda was dope. I like that song.
I just, again, I'm going to say it over and over again. If he were still alive, this album would have got toasted.
Can I say something about?
But if he
Swiss
was
Beats
still
production,
alive,
too?
he wouldn't have all these people on his album either.
Yes, he.
Nah, he
He
would.
would. He was
He
talking
would.
on Noise
He was.
episode
I don't
about
think so,
You know what?
the people he was working
You
with.
think he was really gonna get
you know-
Hove and Nas? I don't think Hove is
that song existed for mad long.
That song is older than me.
that song that he did with
Yeah,
Hove.
that song is mad old.
You can't tell by the verses.
No, wait. There's a video of Swiss Beats. You don't remember that video?
Yeah, but
he
you can't-
played it for Busta in the studio.
Okay.
And Busta had like a face, and he was like, I honestly thought it was a song. He might have had a Busta verse on it. I thought it was one of those songs that he had different verses and just threw it
What
on
took
the
it
beat.
so long to come out? It was just the album just took long to come out.
DMX was inconsistent.
Okay.
That was the biggest problem with getting X in the studio.
Okay.
They kept talking about how he would have studio sessions, show up, and for 8 hours not drop a single verse.
Yeah, he'll
Just
fuck
be
around.
like,
Right.
all right, yo, I'll be back
Yo,
tomorrow.
X, I'm not gonna let them drag you, dog.
It's
You
not
know
a drag.
what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
It's
it's not.
not a drag.
It's
I'm
not.
saying
It's not.
as
It's
to
not.
why it took place the way it did. That's why only Swiss, because they were family in a sense, had the patience to work.
Did it
with
work
So
it.
you and
Right,
Alexi
right.
situation.
And there you go.
That's exactly what
and
it's
it's the
like.
same exact shit.
Not that Alexi's DMX, because DMX
but
is DMX.
Alexi's your cousin.
Our cousin Alexi, who's one of the best rappers
I
ever.
want the viewers to know who we're talking about.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah,
For
We
sure.
mentioned Alexi,
Yes,
one of the best
absolutely.
rappers ever before. So
Sincere.
we would, we would. I hate that
Tell us
rapper.
how you really feel.
Nah, rap name.
But
Rap
we
name
would
was
go
good.
into the studio with him, and you had to have patience, my nigga,
right.
because he would have 2 bars done in
Yeah.
7 hours.
No,
And it's a lot of work, too. Like, I got to go outside and smoke. I got to do this. Like, a lot of, like,
Yo,
that sounds like DMX.
Exactly.
What
That's-
stories I've heard.
exactly.
I don't know.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
So
Exactly, yeah.
I understood why the album was pieced together the way it was.
Okay.
I know if he were alive, you guys would have totally different opinions. And remember, Joshy made a great point when we were talking a few episodes back, where he's like, it wasn't about what he was spitting most of the time. It really was that energy that he brought. The problem with that is that's only for so long. When the content doesn't move forward, when the style doesn't progress, it's like
I think I may be a different listener because I feel like, and I know where you guys are coming from, where you're like, I need to see this artist. I'm more like, yo, if you made me, I'm maybe more nostalgic. Like if you made me happy with this type of music, I'm okay with it. Did I enjoy X's bars? No. His flow too was like, it sounded.
Honestly,
different.
his energy was like, it didn't even match. Like,
100%.
It didn't hit
That
the level,
wasn't
yeah.
a good match.
Yeah.
But then when I heard the other person on it,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, this song.
They
is dope.
brought it, yeah.
The song is dope.
That's
Like,
not cool.
you know what I mean? As a DMX
Being honest
album,
with
no.
you, yeah.
But as an album of music, I will listen to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. Put it this way: DMX didn't pull his own weight
on his own album.
There
But
you go.
everybody else who
and
featured.
There you go.
I have a problem.
I
with
get
that.
it, but as a music listener,
as
without considering, is
As a
DMX
music
stuff.
listener, no, I can't hear those beats. I gotta be honest with you, I cannot.
You didn't like the beats at all.
Can
though,
I
okay?
say something too? Like,
Not at all. It's just, yo, a lot of the shit that Swiss put on there, I'm like, why would you give him this? I've heard what you've done for other people.
Yeah.
Like, stop boxing this man in. And then boxing in the other artists that have to spit on the same shit as well. Like, that shit to me was a little weird, personally. I'm going to say I felt like some of them were throwaway beats. I really
Wow.
do feel.
Okay.
Like, it was weird to me. And that's why I heard it twice. I said, yo, you know, I'm fucking bugging.
there's no way it could be throwaway beats, by the way, in his mind.
To him, no.
No,
To
I get
him,
it. I get
ever.
it. I get it. Because you know he put everything into that. Yeah.
Especially
Right,
this is for his family,
that's
son.
facts.
This is
Yeah,
for
yeah,
his
yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know there's gonna be. So I'm not saying that.
No, I got you.
I just know as somebody that listens to Swiss and heard the shit he's done with Wayne, the shit he's done even
for
with Busta,
the Poison album.
yo,
Yeah.
so much of it.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude. You gotta you got to be again, and maybe that goes to nostalgia. Maybe he, as a fan of DMX,
wanted to hear the
Had a box that he had to pay. Yeah, exactly.
I want to take you back to that Rough Riders '98. Remember when we were like going from taxi
where
cab doing this and that?
where I'm like, that's good enough to satisfy me. Where you guys are more like, you guys are actually producers. Where you're like, no, I need to see you evolve and just get better.
Yeah.
I'm accepted that everybody's not Hov.
I get it. No, I get
You
it.
understand what I'm saying? Like, I've
it.
accepted it a long time ago. But now when you're talking about the
LL,
great,
I can hear LL
when
today.
you're talking about the greats, and I get why you'll say, well, this particular person isn't the great because he didn't have his.
So what do you talk about?
His style didn't evolve.
So what do you talk about Kingdom Come then?
That album stunk though.
No, that album stunk. That album is 8,000 times better than this DMX album.
In my opinion, that album stunk, right?
It's 8,000
But
times
he just
better.
admitted why.
But you have to. But
It's
you
'cause
have.
he misses DMX.
But you have to.
But
you
what
have
I'm
to-
trying to say is this. He said
Okay,
that if it's
okay.
good.
You know
Wait. What he said was that if an artist is good enough to bring him that sound again anyway, he's okay with that.
But show me what you got, Lil Mama.
That's one song.
Wasn't it?
That's one song. That's one
Hollywood
song.
wasn't it either.
2 songs.
We're gonna have this
3
debate
songs.
forever,
Yeah.
and you're never gonna change my mind
3 songs.
about
Never.
that
Yeah,
album.
yeah. Let's
You know
talk
why?
about it.
Because
Oh my God,
Hov is
Kingdom
one of my
Come.
favorite rappers. Right? Kingdom Come, dope. Hov is one of my favorite rappers, so you hold him up here. So it's one of
Same
the.
thing with DMX.
It's like
Why don't you do it with DMX?
It's like the Iggy, where it's like, but I don't expect DMX to have bars like Hov. I'm not breaking
You
him
don't
down.
expect it to have quality music?
That's the bottom line. That's literally the bottom line.
I
It's
didn't
quality
expect,
music.
I'm not looking for DMX to like, yo, he's gonna rip this shit anymore. That's what I'm not looking for that anymore.
But it's not about ripping it. It's about making good songs.
Because it's been so long.
the same way.
When was the last time DMX dropped an album?
Honestly,
2016.
the last couple albums I didn't listen to. So I
So he
wouldn't-
dropped.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
5 years ago, and Hov dropped. Not that we can ever compare the two,
444.
baby.
but he no. I'm not talking about 444. I'm talking about
Oh.
from Kingdom Come to his last album. So it was a Black Album.
Might drop Magna Carta between that and all that.
No,
shit,
I'm
but-
saying Black Album to we're talking about Kingdom Come because you're saying how come I not like Kingdom
I
Come?
got you.
Nah,
But
Kingdom
I'm like-
Come, American
I
Gangster.
don't like right.
Nah, but he
No,
wants-
no, no.
he
But what I'm
wants to-
saying though
he
is
wants
like
to-
from Black Album, he retired. Then he came out of retirement. What 2 or 3 years later?
I think so. Yeah.
We'll say 3 years. later.
03 to 06.
3 years later, right? So from Kingdom Come, which is what it's for instance, like it was like X gave us It's Dark and Hell is Hot, but like for a little while, X was like with Grand Champion. I wasn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
I wasn't feeling it.
That was the last one, right? 03?
What Grand Champion?
It was Grand Champion. Then 06 he came out with some project that nobody
Yeah,
heard.
nobody. Right.
And
that,
then
that it wasn't because
012
but from
another
then,
one.
But even from and then there was X. I was just kind of like. Yo, X, like
The
this
reason
is
I'm-
not doing it for me
like
anymore.
that album.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
That's fair.
So it's not. So
reason
X,
I'm checking
so
you
for
on-
me, X is not on the same level as Hov. Where Hov did the Black Album, and I'm like, oh shit, Hov's coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason
He's
I'm
coming back
checking
to
you on that,
reclaim
though, the reason I'm
you know,
checking
the
you on that, because
throne.
even when 444 was going to drop, I'm just checking you on it because when 444 was going to drop, you were kind of like, Hov got to reach that. You were kind of like skeptical about it.
I was because
And it's kind of like, yo, but what you're saying
where
right
can
now
you,
is.
what more can you do?
Yeah, but what you're
And then he
saying right now,
proved me wrong.
but what you're saying right now contradicts it because what you're saying right now was like, yeah, but DMX, even if he's not at the level he was, like if he could just bring good music, then I'm okay with that. And it's like, yo, so you're accepting of DMX doing that, but with Jay.
Because my standards are lower for DMX
I didn't-
than it is for my favorite rapper.
Okay,
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that, I guess.
There is nothing wrong with that. Like that's my opinion. Like for Hov,
yeah.
for Hov, Nas, you know that yo, I'm expecting this and this.
Yeah.
It's like you're not expecting subpar shit from Kendrick,
Yeah, not.
but
I
you're
mean, he
expecting
hasn't failed.
But you like 50,
one time.
but you expect subpar shit from him because he's giving you subpar shit.
Somewhat.
No, right?
What's your standard for a certified lover boy?
Nah, that's gotta slap because I like Scorpion. Like I like that. I like Side B, so I need that album to be good as well. Drake is on that not Hov's level, but he's on that level where I need a certain consistency of what I feel is good music. You guys may not like Scorpion or whatever the case may be, but
Nah, Scorpion was a good throwaway project.
My only argument with that is that it's not
Mm-hmm.
at the level of Drake's first. I don't know how many albums, 4 or 5 albums, whatever. You know, I don't know what you consider.
No,
albums,
I think if I take Drake, I got him on a good 3 albums.
you think Drake only has 3 good albums?
Yeah, I think Take Care, Nothing Was the Same.
I don't think
If
Drake
you-
has a
if you-
classic album.
So far
I've
gone.
and
always-
so far gone. if you want
I've
to
always
consider
said that.
album.
So Far Gone was dope, and so was honestly, I actually like his first album. Thank Me
He has
Later.
4 albums.
4?
Yeah, Thank Me Later. You don't like Thank Me Later? I'll consider in there.
I don't. I can't consider. I'm talking about his real, like where I felt like he was in his pocket.
Yeah.
To me, it was Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and If You're Reading This.
Yeah,
I feel like he was in his pocket there. Like
I
he
got you.
understood who he was.
But
as
Thank
an
Me
artist.
Later is a really great
Thank
album.
Me Later is
Really,
dope,
really good album.
But it's also a piecing of whatever's
That
popping.
is, that's
at the
true.
time. That's
And
what-
So
that
Far
was my
Gone
issue
was
with it.
and So Far Gone was one of his best projects.
And that's
too.
another one where it was kind of like a mixtape piecing shit together.
I think I like all of Drake's albums except for More Life was just whatever.
That was a good playlist.
But he doesn't. For me, and I've always said this, he doesn't have a classic album to me.
Yeah.
People say Nothing Was the Same or Take Care is his classic.
Yeah, and those can't be classics.
He doesn't have a classic
They had
album.
hits, so people are like, that's why
Right,
it's a classic.
right.
They
You
had
have
mad
to-
hits.
Yeah.
Classics, and we need to have a topic about classics. Classics are damn from beginning to end. Whether or not I'm not really like the song.
They're not
he has
songs that-
with Bono, but like it's or with U2.
Yeah.
But from beginning to end, it's good. Garage Without Trying from beginning to end, it's a classic. It's good. Blueprint, these albums. I don't feel like
Why don't you mention Good Kid, Mad City too?
because I'm going to mention Kendrick. Going to mention
He has
Kendrick
at
twice.
least two. Yeah,
You
he
wanna
has at
mention
least two.
Kendrick- You want me to mention all of his albums?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
Untitled
put-
is great. Everything's great.
You're gonna
You know
put
what I'm
Good
saying,
Kid,
though?
Mad City with Damn.
Like okay,
Yeah, they're neck and neck, bro.
I think, and this could be
Depends on what you
this could
like.
be my just my opinion.
Yes.
I'm more Good Kid, Mad City. But if I'm going to talk about
Good-
him
I've
having a classic
always said-
album,
Good
I'm gonna
Kid,
say
Mad,
Damn.
Good Kid, Mad City is a more creative project. I don't want to sidetrack. Sorry, Chetty.
No,
Good Kid, Mad City is a more creative project.
It's the better album than them.
It is more creative.
I've always said that. That's my opinion.
It's
Me
better
personally, yeah.
Wait, it's more creative and all of that. Damn is more sonically. It's better sonically.
What about bars? You think
Beats
bars are
wise,
better
no.
I think
They-
Damn has more consistency for me.
The bars are pretty consistently pretty great, and both of them.
When is he gonna do Bad
But
Boys?
but on Good Kid is just way more creative. Storytelling, hip hop and storytelling is
real quick because I don't want to take up too much time because we could be here. Shout out to DMX.
Yeah, by the way,
The
rest
two-
in peace,
the two-
DMX.
the two-
absolutely.
2000
Wait. Absolutely.
ahead.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Yeah, you guys dragged them, but it's okay. The 2010.
I didn't drag him. Stop saying that.
Yo, this guy's you're definitely one of those basketball players that couldn't take criticism for sure.
guys-
Like,
you guys-
I'm just saying, it's up to par, man. That's it. But
You
yo,
guys saw
rest in peace,
It's
DMX.
Biscuit's post about the 2010
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. He had it on. A couple people had it on or whatever.
It was Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
It was Drake, Kendrick,
and then
Cole.
An empty spot with his face.
Yes, that was pretty funny. Who do you guys have with the empty spot?
I got
three.
I know who I have.
got
but
three.
I want Handsome to go.
I got three candidates, but it's tough. But go ahead.
I would like Handsome to go. Oh, you want me to go?
No, I'm gonna let you two go.
I'll go.
Because none
So-
of you know which I'm pick.
So I would pick Travis Scott.
So I'm gonna tell you my three. I'm gonna tell you my three that I had. I'll tell you my
It's
three.
not.
that I had.
It's not about the nicest rapper in the
Yeah.
situation.
No.
I'm talking about.
It's
like,
about
music.
that
Travis
2010
Scott
class.
is absolutely the most influential. When you talk. I mean,
When
one of
did
the most
Travis Scott come
influential.
into the mix?
2013 with
With Al Farrell,
before
right?
the rodeo.
Yeah, but when did he really?
yeah,
Al
right,
Farrell.
Right.
When did he really hit?
Al Farrell had hit
Birds in a
records.
Trap. So like,
2015?
Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight
Yeah.
was
I mean,
like
he-
his coming out party, but
He already.
yeah,
but
he-
days
he
before the
already had
rodeo.
Before that.
Yeah, he
days,
had-
days before the rodeo.
That was
was
before the
that
rodeo,
was-
right?
before the
yeah,
rodeo,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
promise you, Al Farrell already had like
Okay.
a cool
Yeah,
Farrell.
but
Right,
I can't
right,
count
right,
that. I
okay.
can't count that. So he's not in the Rushmore thing. But go ahead.
How not?
No, he has to be in the Rushmore thing.
2010s. That's
He's not a
after.
2010 class.
2010 to 2020 is
Yeah,
the
exactly.
class.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So if he
They-
popped
Is that
in
2010 the year
so if he popped
2010?
in 2015,
You're looking
is that
at-
not enough?
Johnny, there's no way
you're
he's not
looking
part of that
at
class.
anybody that came in from like 08 to 012. That's really where you got to look at it.
So you cut it off at 012 and
Yeah.
13 he can't come in.
No.
So if he killed it from 013
I
to,
disagree, man.
to
I
2020,
strongly disagree with
All
that.
right, then I'm on.
Okay.
Stipulations.
So the other two I had were was Ye.
I consider him
And
earlier.
that's 03.
Yeah, he
No,
can't do
it don't matter that he's in that class, but if he did well in that in those 10 years,
Yeah.
can you
So
not?
then we got to look at this
I can't.
different. 'cause
Deny
That's
it.
not the
Okay,
thing
but
with
Days in
him.
every, days in every round.
But
Rushmore.
are you talking? No. I don't mean like with his body of work, but
No, even with his body of work,
so what
he
he
has
did
a
from
classic.
what he did from 2010 to 2020 is enough to put him on the Mount Rushmore. Jay-Z.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 444, a classic album.
That was one though. That was like one.
American Gangster.
Like he didn't have enough. What is that? 2012.
I think so.
Or like
Around there. A little bit
2010
after 2000, exactly 2010.
That might be
2011.
09 because he dropped a brick with Kingdom Come and he came back quick with in 08 with that.
Guy right here
But
with
anyways,
the brick shit,
no. But it is before.
Beach
Guy's
Chair was.
ridiculous.
It is before.
You talking about throwing dirt?
It is
You talking
before
about throwing
010.
dirt?
It is before 010 because I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What
So
you about?
what about Future?
No.
That's actually my pick.
That's your pick? Okay. My bad. I didn't mean to take it from you.
Crazy, son.
That was part of my
Nah,
three.
originally my
It
pick
was
was,
Ye-
so-
it was
originally
Ye,
my pick was
Travis.
Soldier Boy, and then I was
Because he
like,
changed
Fuck
the internet.
outta here,
he
bro.
changed the
Changed the internet.
Yeah, to be real with you,
changed
He's the reason why we
Yo.
on YouTube right
Yeah.
now.
The fa-
Drake.
Yo,
a
the
lot of ways.
the fact that he said Soldier Boy, I gotta retire. Today.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you know what Soldier Boy did?
Everything.
Whenever, I mean, he did everything first.
My
but
man sold
He did everything
ringtones.
first. He did
Like he sold ringtones unbelievably.
anytime that you searched in the club by 50 Cent, the next video would be Soldier Boy. So he would get the automatic click.
Yeah, it's fucking
He
genius.
paid for that.
It's
Smart.
genius, yeah.
But he was early on it though.
Nah, the dog.
He was so
Fuck
early
being
on it.
early. People still don't do that. That's fucking genius, bro.
That's amazing.
Yeah, put
Every
that shit-
time you watch Purple Cups and Champagne, Working on the weekend
Yeah,
like
yo.
usual. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Drake locked in
Drake
champagne.
Payne.
Drake, yeah. He saw purple cups and champagne. What?
Yo, fat.
Nah,
Thanks, Diego.
I'm gonna say
Say, yo.
Future.
He made it happen.
Nigga. Fire ass. Drake, nigga. Fire ass podcast.
Tags.
Listen, I'm gonna say Future because Future is for that window.
Okay.
And actually, then I have to think about when Future's first album came out. That was 2012.
So no Wayne, huh?
Nah, Wayne
I would
can't.
pick Young Thug even.
I
Doug.
can't put Wayne.
Yeah, over even Future. to be
Well,
honest with you.
Young
For
Thug
me.
is a product of that Wayne and
I get-
Future thing.
I get it.
Like, and Future, not for nothing.
But Young
to
Thug's more
this-
influential than Future to me, in my opinion.
To you, yeah, I know. But Future is what everybody here in that little realm of these kids, even what's his kid name? Uzi, the kid with the diamond?
Yeah.
Uzi, Yachty, all them dudes, they all pulled-
Kodak.
So much so that Drake went into the album with him out of everybody that he could do it with.
Yeah.
Uzi did an album with him out of everybody they could do it with. I think his style, especially the mumble shit, like a lot of that, bringing in he influenced a lot of that era, 2010 to now, with the whole
Because
Percocet shit.
if you
lean
remember,
shit.
if
In those
you remember,
ways, but I think
the
that-
49ers
I think-
used to get hyped to his
If
song
we're
before
going
they kicked off the ball.
2010, I'll tell you guys this right now.
Kanye West.
My beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I get it.
It's
This guy knew he was gonna say
2010,
that.
bro.
Right, so he had
I
It's
get
that.
a
it.
rap,
I
bro.
get it.
Like
But
nobody
off-
else
but-
is on that Mount Rushmore but
off
him.
of that one album and Pablo, you put him on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, like just off of that.
Okay.
Like my beautiful Dark Twisted
No,
Fantasy.
I
like
hear you.
got
He
him
was-
there.
he was a part of my three to put
he's-
up there.
He's
Nah,
by
I
there.
wouldn't- I
He's
wouldn't.
there.
He was a part of my three to put.
Like,
I just feel like
if
Fu-
you can't
I feel
count
like
that out,
Future
03
moved.
class.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I agree
I
with
feel
that.
like Future moved
Yeah,
that
but that's
decade.
not a
though.
class.
So-
You're talking about that year. You're talking about 2008 to 2012, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was his
It-
body
yeah,
of work to
I
then?
guess that's true.
I get it, but that's
I
not.
guess that is true. I guess he should
that's
be there.
not, because he had
Let's put
3
Kanye up
albums
there.
before that.
Okay,
So
and there
what?
were 3 albums that were fire.
I'm sorry.
Okay, and then
I get what you guys are putting
2010,
him.
he's
You're
still
putting him.
there.
You're putting him at the level of a person that can't be touched. I'm with you 100%. You're not gonna.
Mount Rushmore,
First of all-
AKA, is the level
All right,
of untouchable.
but let's talk about that class. Let's talk about that class because when they speak about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, they usually bring Sean into that, right?
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody
wow.
like, yo, Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and West. Like, no, because Kanye to everybody else is kind of like a godfather to them dudes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's on another level. So so we can't talk about Mount Rushmore.
Oh, for
on
2010,
2010 then.
No, it's 2010 to 2020.
No, if you want to talk about a Mount Rushmore,
That's what I feel-
then you're
that's
gonna
what-
put
that's what I thought
Jay,
it was.
Nas,
You can't-
Ye, and
Bro,
Drake.
when you talk about 2010s though, you're talking
Yeah.
about 2000, you're talking about a decade.
You're
So in my
talking
opinion,
about
you're talking about 2010 to 2020.
20, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
a
why
different
when you say
story.
2008 to 2012.
2012.
So because he
you
had that,
limited
but
that-
because he had that one masterful album, do you feel like it was enough to go from 2010 to 2020? I mean, you obviously
no,
feel that because you
I
love
agree
Kanye.
with I agree with what he
Okay.
said though. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
agree
he
that
limited
on the parameters because he made
limited
music
the
before.
4-year production.
just because he just
Here's-
belongs to a different era. Like I
We're-
believe
exactly. That's my point. He's from a different era.
he belongs to 2000s.
when
era,
they bring
the
this thing up,
2000s.
when they bring this up, this Mount Rushmore
Or
era
it's a
of this,
new era. You're trying to say.
yeah,
Newer
that's
era.
what
Yeah.
they mean.
Exactly.
Because if we're gonna go for 2000s, you got 50
because
on that
they're
Rushmore.
considered old,
You got
Okay,
West on
okay,
that
wait.
Rushmore.
Let me say something right. So to your point, then it doesn't make a lot of sense because then Kanye wouldn't fit in the 2000s era because you said it would be from.
You had college dropout on late registration.
Yeah, but I'm saying 2010s. He said is only from 2008 to 2012. So basically, any rapper from the 2000s would be 98 to 2002. So anybody from 2003 on wouldn't fit
okay,
that.
then
You know what I mean?
I-
Like it
no,
doesn't
no,
really, it doesn't make sense.
Misrepresented
I
the entire.
apologize.
So it has to be 2000, 2000
Because I didn't
2010.
know
to-
we were gonna do that.
Yeah,
and
you
start
gotta go
being like,
2010
it's
to
from
2020.
98 to 07. I didn't mean that in any way. I'm
Yeah.
saying if I'm gonna bring somebody to that convo, you had to start getting because Cole been out since 07,
Yeah.
right? You had to start getting.
Drake's been out
into-
since 08, right?
Yeah,
09, right?
You had
yeah.
to start being in that mix. That's all I meant. I didn't mean anything by that because I'm thinking about Kanye. Then we're gonna go back to '98.
Yeah,
apparently
yeah.
I
he's
took it
been
as right.
producing
Yeah.
since
I
then.
feel you. I took it as like who moved that decade.
And that's
So
why I have Travis Scott in
like
that.
in my
yeah.
opinion,
And Travis Scott
if we go ahead,
Yeah.
I would feel like it would be Kanye, 50, Jay, and I don't know who the
in
last
the 2000s,
one is.
you mean?
2000s. And I can't even say, you know what? I can't say Nas
Yeah.
because he gave us
Nah,
Stillmatic and Godson.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's enough.
Nah,
Where
he can't be in that. He'd
Right,
be on
like,
the
who could
Rushmore
it-
of all time. He
right,
can't
right,
be in
right,
that.
right, right. He'd be 90s. He'd be 90s Rushmore.
All right, so
Yeah.
so
Illmatic.
So
That's
going
it
back
was
to
written. You know?
So
Third
back
album.
here, 2010. Let's go 2010.
We're missing somebody too. That we're gonna
2020.
be people gonna get
Let's-
we're gonna get
let's-
feedback.
let's
All right,
really-
yeah, the only options
like Outkast.
are
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
Gonna be both of them.
Travis
niggas.
Scott, Travis Scott,
Yeah.
Future, and
Drake.
Young Thug.
Yo, put this.
No, because Drake is already there.
Let's make this a poll. Let's make this a poll. Pause.
Those are the
Let's
influential
make this a
people.
poll.
Yeah.
I like
Fair.
this.
I was gonna say the thing with Young Thug and Future is that they're very similar.
They're the
They're
same
very
person?
yeah. You can kind of say that.
But Young Thug raps like Wayne.
Yeah.
Future had his own
Young
style.
Thug's style, I think, is actually more influential because I think that people take Young Thug's style way more than they take Future style. Future's style is actually really his style.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Drake's
I
style
mean,
is really Drake's style.
I do agree that,
And
that
Kendrick
everyone
is
took
really
the
his
first.
style.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Cole is really his style.
let's
That's
pick
true.
four. Let's pick
That's
four.
why it's a
Let's pick
No,
No,
four
but
rappers
you know
that
what?
we
With
can
Drake's
have our
style,
fans.
no, but you know
I'll
what?
say-
Drake's style, Kendrick's
on
style,
this.
and all of them,
Yeah.
people do take their style.
No,
Okay.
no. The only person I was gonna say that really gets bitten
Drake,
is Drake.
but Kendrick too.
People try. You know.
I get it. But
when
you know, people
somebody's
do that
trying to be a
little.
Kendrick.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not,
I'm
it's
just
not,
saying.
you know when somebody's trying to be a Cole.
You know what I can say? Quavo? No. Now let's do the four.
What are you talking about? They're part of that conversation, dog.
Yeah.
Migos
Migos
definitely
part of
part
the let's do the four. Let's narrow it down. Are we gonna put Kanye on it?
No.
I say no.
Okay. So I'm vouching for Travis Scott because Josh and I agree that Travis Scott is that guy.
And I agree now.
So Travis will be 1.
Yes.
Future 2.
Yes.
Thug 3.
Yes.
Let's find that 4th and let's have the fans vote.
I
want
want to say Big Sean, but I'd be off.
I agree. Me too.
it's
I'm a big
Sean,
Sean
no, but
fan.
Sean's last album was amazing, by the way.
Sean bodied 2010 to 2020.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know what the
album-wise,
fuck
though.
he's missing, man. That's what it is.
He was missing.
But he's
that.
so good on everybody's songs.
Yeah.
No, the
he's just
problem
good
with Sean
musically.
was that.
You know what I mean?
These three are confident as a motherfucker when they
facts.
come. And
Yeah.
Sean is confident in his bars,
Yeah.
not confident in who he is as an artist.
He's got a lot of.
Last album he
I
was.
think we're lacking with like
That's it, because
Young
he
came
Thug
to his
and,
own.
Janae woke him up.
Yeah,
and
he came to his own,
Sean
for sure.
like a little classic taste to them. Like with Young Thug and Big Sean, like we're missing that little classic.
Yeah.
Like, yo, are they classic
Electronica.
albums? You know what I'm saying? Nah, chill.
J-Elect, Hamaga.
My man disappeared for like 20 years.
Yo, Jay-Z killed him on his own album, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know
how,
what I'm
how
saying?
about you have
That was the
how about you have a
Nigga,
Jay-
that was the worst.
fire, though.
That was the
Jay-Z
worst career
electronic
move.
album.
That was the worst career move. Like Jay-Z was like, "Yo, honestly, man, I'm fucking."
Yo,
I'm
how
bored."
do you feel about your first album?
Yo,
That's
you
so
want to
much
drop
pressure.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay said, yo, you want to drop album tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's go
He
record it
treated
right
him like
now.
Jazzo.
Yo, word.
Yo, Jay Electronica, you're too gassed. Anyway,
ASAP Rocky.
It's y'all fault. He did, I guess.
ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us this week. We're gonna have that poll. We're gonna have that poll.
Yeah,
we're gonna
for
ask
sure.
who should be the fourth head.
So we need to. No.
Hey,
yeah.
yo.
I get it.
That
taking
shit
all
was
three
wild,
down.
bro.
You should be the fourth one.
I'll get in there, Swords.
It's my turn.
Yo, I just want to say shout out to Handsome putting up that St. Jude's donation.
Yo, facts.
on,
Oh, man.
on that IG. So
Shout out to
like, if
Faid
you
actually
guys-
donated.
If you
Was
guys,
it one of those
if
birthday
you guys
things?
see it, if you guys
No,
see
just
it
put
out
up to
there,
it.
you know,
St.
all
Jude?
100% of that, whatever you donate goes to St. Jude's. So it's
And St. Jude's, yeah.
it's a great situation. All of those
Explain it.
kids that
Yeah.
have, a situation with cancer, they don't pay anything
At all.
All the money is donated and it goes straight to fighting cancer for children.
It's a special hospital. I think it's in Tennessee, I believe. St. Jude's Hospital for cancer.
Yeah.
And it's for children with cancer. Everything, room, board, flights, everything is taken care of. It's
Good
a
job. Shout
great-
to Handsome for doing that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
shout out to Hanson.
You've been telling me about St. Jude's for a minute, too,
We're
so-
My
linking,
favorite
we're
foundation,
linking
exactly.
it on all of our social media accounts. So if you feel, you feel something of like you need to donate it, please do. All of it. We're not accepting any type of money. Everything is going towards those kids and fighting that battle with cancer.
Facts. Love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join us next week as we continue.
You got a
to,
WBLS voice.
Yeah, that's it.
The Quiet Storm.
Man. And remember, respect over understanding.